challenges of work integrated learning, enhancing the work readiness and employability. Before the official opening, let me inform you about the program today. From 8:30 to 9, you will receive an introduction, the objectives and expected outcomes of the forum. And from 9 to 9:30, Associate Professor Rajamangala, President of Rmutl and President of Regional Association of Vocational Teacher Education, or RAFTE, will deliver the official welcome, followed by the opening remarks by Associate Professor Dr. Director General, Office of Education Council, Thailand. The speech concerns trends and challenges of work integrated learning, enhancing the work readiness and employability. And next, we will have a discussion. The discussion will be about the real practices from university industries related are shared in the discussion. And lunch today will be from 12 to 1 and followed directly by a discussion on how to develop our Rmutl. Please participate in the afternoon because this is a good opportunity to share your ideas in a group presentation. And around 2:30, a conclusion of the forum will be made. And also, would like you to complete a pre-test related to will in the morning session. And before we waiting, I'd like to give you a brief introduction of the objectives and expected outcomes. In recent years, the role of universities has changed from being powerhouses of knowledge and research to preparing students from the world of work. As universities become more vocationally oriented, Rmutl has made it its new goal to become a leading university in hands-on and innovative learning to produce hands-on graduates with practical skills, moral principles, and independence. And to achieve this aim, Rmutl and partners have expressed a desire for increased work integrated learning, or WIL, practices at university, a system which combines work-based experiences with theoretical learning in higher education to provide students with true industry and experience. And in this forum, we would like to receive input from professionals from multivariable backgrounds in order to construct a tailored approach for an effective will model at Rmutl. Ladies and gentlemen, now the official opening ceremony begins. And now I would like to request President of Rmutl and President of RAFTE, Associate Professor Dr. Aniversary, to deliver the official welcome.
Allow me to welcome you all. Firstly, may I say that I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to participate in the International Forum on Trends and Challenges of Work Integrated Learning, enhancing the work readiness for employability. The role of university has undergone a drastic change from being a powerhouse of knowledge and research. The role has become an increasingly utilitarian one, which is preparing students for the world of work. Therefore, many universities have become more vocationally oriented, including Rmutl. Work integrated learning has long been widely accepted as an effective approach for learning and professional-based discipline development. The integration of work-based experiences will complement theoretical learning in a higher education setting and provide students with workplace experience prior to graduation and facilitate their move into full-time employment. Good practice of real or work-integrated learning requires mutual understandings and active cooperation between policymakers, educational institutions, and workplaces. It is these stakeholders who are gathered here today. This forum is an important platform to exchange views and enhance mutual understanding about real concept and practice. I do hope you find it stimulating and therefore some real outcome to take forward. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome all of you to Chiang Mai and hope your stay thus far is happy, fruitful, and meaningful. May I take this opportunity to open our forum and thank you to all again. Thank you.
Secretary General Office of the Education Council of Thailand to deliver the opening remarks, and the speech concerns trends and challenges of work-integrated learning, enhancing the work readiness and employability. Please welcome.
President of Rajamangala University of Technology, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am delighted to be invited to join this important meeting regarding the issues of the work integrated learning. And in present time, we have placed emphasis to promote work-integrated learning as a part of the Thai education system, including vocational and technical education, and also in the higher education as well. As my office, the Education Council, is the policy, education policy for Thailand. So I'm also in charge of this organization. So this morning, I would like to share some of my thoughts regarding the work-integrated learning, not for Thailand, but in the ASEAN context. Work-integrated learning, as I also mentioned to you, is an important issue for the Thai education system. And also in the ASEAN context, I would like to talk about in the ASEAN context, as some of you may know. By the end of this year, on the 31st of December 2015, the ASEAN community will be established. Of course, there will be a lot of mobility of the workforce in this region. If we take a look at the ASEAN Charter, especially in the Article 1 of the ASEAN Charter, which also pointed out that the ASEAN community will be formed by the enhancement of the human resources in this region. And also, they also mentioned in the ASEAN Summit that enhance the strategic objective of the ASEAN to enhance and improve capacity of ASEAN human resources through strategic programs and develop a qualified, competent and well-prepared ASEAN labor workforce that would benefit from as well as coping with the challenges of regional integration. And this also showed that ASEAN has placed emphasis on the human resources development. And also, nowadays in the 21st century, we talk a lot on the 21st century skills, which also give importance on 5 core competency. Let's say the personal skill, the problem solving, the teamwork, communication, and also thinking. These 5 competencies have received much attention in cooperation with the work integrated learning. In the case of Thailand, what we have done for Thailand or regarding work integrated learning, Thailand applies the concept of work integrated learning or WIL in learning management, responding to strategic goals in the investment of human resources development. Also, our office also organized a roundtable, Thai-West roundtable meeting. Once a time, Her Royal Highness Princess Maharaj Purusiriton also chaired in this meeting. She gave her royal speech at the 4th Thai-West roundtable meeting in the USA that the concept of work integrated learning must be practicable in real world, in real working world. And that brings to our office attention. We have adopted the Royal Highness speech as a guideline to promote the idea of work integrated learning in Thai education. Our Office of Education Council also supports a lot of research projects in this field and also develop cooperative networks with related organizations. The part of research in work integrated learning, we have produced handbook for implementation of work integrated learning in Thai universities. And we do conduct research on pilot research on competency-based learning in 8 departments at 9 Rajamangala universities. The development of science-based chemistry school or SEGS in Thai vocational school is also another project to promote the work integrated learning. Also, we have a plan to promote our Thai staff in university and colleges regarding the work integrated learning. A part of the research project to promote the work integrated learning, at the policy level, we also set up the national qualification framework, focusing on the learning outcome, on using the work integrated learning as a part of this. Research on development of the national qualification framework practice implementation, and also research on the planning for manpower and workforce-based development on national qualification framework. We also formulate of the national qualification framework, which comprises testing mechanism, credit bank, and credit transfer as a part of the work integrated learning. For the cooperative networks, which also a part of work integrated learning, was conducted at the Office of the Higher Education Commission and also at the Vocational Education Commission. The cooperative network also includes the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office, in which the Ministry of Science and Technology have also joined this cooperative network when we serve as a Secretary General of the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office. We do cooperate this network with entrepreneur sector, Board of Investment and Educational Institute that also promote the teaching of youth, and also the Ministry of Labor. Under the Ministry of Higher Education Commission, the long-term National Higher Education Development Plan also include on the work integrated learning for all or most of the curriculum for degree program at university level. Under the Office of Higher Education Commission, they also promote the mobilizing of public education project in Thai University. At the Office of the Vocational Education, the Vocational Institute also implement kind of the dual system as a part of work-related learning. This project have implemented in many colleges, such as Rmutl Technical College. The Rmutl Technical College cooperates with the petrochemical industry group. Rajamangala College cooperates with the jewelry and decoration industry group. Also, at Nakhon Sri Thammarat Seaboard Industrial College, cooperates with the marine trade industrial group to promote the dual system. Under the Vocational Education Commission, that also have a pilot project at the school system, which they call the Science-Based Technology School College. They also implement this dual system in school before entering vocational or technical college. At the policy level, the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office also cooperates with the Thai Federation of Industry. Under this cooperation, they promote science, technology and innovation personnel in public university sectors to work for increasing the competitiveness in production and services under the scheme of the talent mobility. This National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office also works with the Board of Investment to promote the investment for the company or establishment interested in will program. Under the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Labor also conduct competition on ASEAN skill competition and also promote the work integrated learning as well. They also conduct this work integrated learning at the ASEAN level by organizing the conference on view in many times. As I mentioned to you that if you look at the ASEAN context, we have many programs or projects to promote the work integrated learning system in order to prepare workforce to the ASEAN context. So I think this issue is very important, and in the case of Thailand, we work very hard to incorporate this work integrated learning in Thai education system. I'm sure that within the next few years, and the ASEAN community, when we have a lot of workforce mobility in this region, we should be able to produce the qualified workforce to meet the needs of the market without the preparation of the work integrated learning in the process of the application. I'm sure that we cannot have the qualified workforce to work in this new community. So I'm so glad to see that this conference or this meeting, we have seen the importance of the work integrated learning as the key important role in developing the workforce in this new community. So I do hope that from this meeting we can have something happen ASEAN education system to produce the qualified workforce in the market. And at the policy level, and some of you have already known that we are in the process of what we call the Reform Thailand. Under the Reform Thailand, we also have the education reform, and under education reform, work integrated learning is one of our policy to be included in the Thai education system. And on behalf of the Ministry of Education Thailand, I would like to thank the Rajamangala University of Technology, Lanna, to organize this important forum to promote the work integrated learning, not only in Thailand, but at the regional context as well. I would like to share with you some of my thoughts with some limited time, as I have been informed that we are running behind the schedule this morning. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Professor Dr. Piditi Rattananakul for giving us such an informative speech. And next, there will be a presentation on Will Rmutl PPP project.
ระบบการศึกษาก็อาจจะป้อนความรู้ให้นักศึกษาอีกแบบหนึ่งแต่ความต้องการของทางภาคเอกชนเนี่ยก็อาจจะต้องการบุคลากรที่จะมาทำงานอีกแบบหนึ่ง
ทุกฝ่ายยังไม่ได้เห็นความสำคัญร่วมกันบริษัทเนี่ยประสบปัญหาขาดแคลนช่างเทคนิคค่อนข้างรุนแรงมากเทอร์โนเวอร์สูงมากนะคะ 10% ต่อปีขึ้นไปดังนั้นก็เลยมีโจทย์ถามว่าเราจะทำยังไงให้ผลิตช่างให้มันเซิร์ฟกับความต้องการของภาคอุตสาหกรรมจริง
ผมคาดหวังว่าอดีตครูศาสตร์สาขาที่จบมาแล้วต้องพูดได้ถึงปากว่าเป็นครูศาสตร์สาขาจริงๆไม่ใช่ครูศาสตร์สาขาในห้องเรียนไม่ได้จำในตำรา
เพราะถ้าคนไปสอนปฏิบัติไม่ได้ทำไม่ได้อนาคตเขาคงไปสอนเด็กไม่ได้คงไม่บอกเด็กไม่ได้ว่าถูกคืออะไรผิดคืออะไร
เราก็อยากจะได้ครูที่หนึ่งมีความเชี่ยวชาญพอสมควรในการปฏิบัติและก็มีความแม่นยำในเรื่องทฤษฎี
อยากให้บริษัทเนี่ยต้องมามีส่วนที่จะช่วยเหลือรัฐบาลในเรื่องของค่าใช้จ่าย
ถ้ามองเห็นความสำคัญอยากให้มหาลัยเข้าสู่ SME ส่งนักศึกษามาฝึกงาน
วันนี้ค่านิยมการศึกษาไทยเราต้องการสร้างคนในโลกของนักวิชาการมากกว่าที่เป็นนักวิชาชีพงานการเรียนคนเก่งๆคนที่มีใจรักเป็นนักวิชาชีพก็ต้องสร้างอินเน็ตกันใหม่
นี่คือสิ่งสะท้อนถึงปัญหากำลังคนในภาคอุตสาหกรรมโดยเฉพาะด้านเทคนิคเทคโนโลยีและวิศวกรวิจัยที่สังคมไทยกำลังเผชิญอยู่และเป็นแรงผลักดันสำคัญและท้าทายให้มหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีราชมงคลล้านนาซึ่งเป็นมหาวิทยาลัยชั้นนำด้านการเรียนบัณฑิตวิชาชีพด้านเทคโนโลยีที่มีคุณลักษณะเป็นนักปฏิบัติมืออาชีพมุ่งมั่นพัฒนานวัตกรรมการศึกษาเพื่อสร้างกลไกในลักษณะรัฐร่วมเอกชนหรือ PPP ในการผลิตพัฒนาบุคลากรทางการศึกษาให้มีประสิทธิภาพมีการสร้างเครือข่ายเพื่อพัฒนาคุณภาพของผู้เรียนและศักยภาพของครูผู้สอนให้สร้างสรรค์ผลงานที่สามารถนำไปใช้ประโยชน์ในภาคการผลิตการบริการและในสังคมได้อย่างแท้จริงสามารถแข่งขันได้ในโลกที่ไร้พรมแดน
ความสำคัญหลักๆของการสร้างคนนั้นเนี่ยเป็นเรื่องใหญ่เมื่อสร้างคนแล้วเนี่ยจะไปสู่ตลาดแรงงานจะไปช่วยพัฒนาประเทศในลักษณะอะไรบ้างนั้นเนี่ยก็เป็นสิ่งที่เราคำนึงถึงอยู่ที่สำคัญคือถ้าพัฒนาแล้วหรือดีแล้วเนี่ยนอกจากประเทศจะยั่งยืนอยู่ได้ประชาชนต่างๆนั้นเนี่ยเขามีความสุขกับการมีชีวิตดำรงอยู่ภายใต้ลักษณะงานต่างๆนั้นบ้างหรือเปล่านี่เป็นต้นนะครับเราจะเป็นที่ต้องมาช่วยกันให้ความสำคัญเรื่องของการสร้างผลที่ราชมงคลล้านนาสนใจแล้วก็คิดว่าหลักและวิธีการผลิตเหล่านี้เนี่ยเราได้มีความเชื่อมโยงกับภาคประกอบการนะครับโครงการเหล่านี้เราก็เรียกว่าเป็นเรื่องของการบูรณาการเรื่องของการเรียนการสอนกับการทำงานเป็นต้นที่เราเรียกเป็นภาษาอังกฤษว่าเป็นwork integrated learning อย่างนี้เป็นต้นนะครับแต่ก็ UIL ตัวนี้เนี่ยก็จะเป็นจุดหนึ่งที่จะคอยสร้างความเชื่อมั่นให้กับทั้งสองฝ่ายนะครับ ต่อเนื่องแล้วเนี่ยผมเชื่อว่าการขยายผลไปสู่สาขาอะไรต่างๆที่เฉพาะทางเหล่านี้ก็ดีเนี่ยก็จะเป็นการสร้างความเชื่อมั่นให้กับผู้ลงทุน
การทำวิวของสวทนเนี่ยเราต้องตอบโจทย์ดีมานด์ค่ะต้องให้ดีมานด์ไดรเวนทำยังไงให้ตอบโจทย์จริงๆก็เลยต้องขับเคลื่อนโดยการใช้ดีมานด์ไดรเวนเป็นนิสจริงๆขณะที่วิวเนี่ยเราคิดว่าถ้าเราไปทำแบบสากิจหรือทวิภาคีอะไรก็แล้วแต่ของเขาเนี่ยตามเขาอะมันก็จะไม่มีความแตกต่างไม่มีอะไรที่เป็นนวัตกรรมไม่มีอะไรที่ตอบโจทย์แบบดีมานด์ไดรเวนจริงๆอย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็เลยเกิดโครงการในลักษณะนี้ขึ้นมาที่เราต้องให้ภาคอุตสาหกรรมเป็นคนนำร่วมคิดร่วมทำแล้วจนถอดบทเรียนออกมานะคะการนำร่องต่างๆเหล่านี้มันจะทำให้เราสั่งสมองค์ความรู้สั่งสมบทเรียนต่างๆกลั่นมาเป็นข้อเสนอแนะเชิงนโยบายเพื่อจะนำเสนอต่อครม.คณะรัฐมนตรีต่อไปเนี่ยนะพบว่าภาครัฐเนี่ยจะต้องเข้ามาสนับสนุนอะไรอย่างไรก็คือเหมือนกับว่าให้กระทรวงศึกษาเนี่ยค่อนข้างค่อยๆเปิดรับโปรเซสต่างๆที่พวกเราได้เรียนรู้และพวกเราได้ถอดบทเรียนออกมานะคะ
ทุกอย่างที่เรามันเกิดจาก3 ภาคส่วน1เกิดจากนี้ที่ต้องใช้คนก็คือผู้ประกอบการหรือว่าโรงงานเลย2หน่วยงานภาครัฐที่เป็นอย่างเช่นสวทน.เป็นหน่วยงานนโยบายเราก็ต้องทำงานตามนโยบายที่เขาจะเป็น2อันนี้ลิงก์กันละ3สถานศึกษาสถานศึกษาก็ต้องตอบสนองนโยบายรัฐก็ได้เป็นของรัฐใช่ไหมฮะแล้วก็ตอบสนองตลาดที่เราต้องผลิตกำลังคนไปให้ใครอันนี้ชัดเจนมันก็เป็นการพลิกระบบการเรียนการสอนหรือว่าการจัดการศึกษาของประเทศละ
การจัดการศึกษาในรูปแบบบูรณาการการเรียนรู้กับการทำงาน Work Integrated Learning หรือ WIP ในรูปแบบโรงเรียนในโรงงานและรูปแบบ PPP ของมหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีราชมงคลล้านนามี6รูปแบบดังนี้ 1. การผลิตนักศึกษาช่างเทคนิควิศวกรและครูวิวในรูปแบบโรงเรียนในโรงงาน 2. การผลิตนักศึกษาระดับมัธยมปลายรูปแบบบูรณาการความรู้ด้านวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีวิศวกรรมศาสตร์และคณิตศาสตร์กับการทำงานหรือ STEM Program 3. การผลิตนักศึกษาร่วมกับกลุ่มบริษัทเซ็นทรัล 4. การผลิตบัณฑิตในรูปแบบสหกิจศึกษาหรือ Co-op Education 5. การผลิตครูช่างของนักศึกษาหลักสูตรครุศาสตร์อุตสาหกรรมบัณฑิต 6. การผลิตนักศึกษาด้วยการฝึกงานการผลิตนักศึกษาช่างเทคนิควิศวกรและครูวิวในรูปแบบโรงเรียนในโรงงานเป็นความร่วมมือระหว่างมหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีราชมงคลล้านนาหรือมทร.ล้านนากับสำนักงานคณะกรรมการนโยบายวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีและนวัตกรรมแห่งชาติหรือสวทน.และบริษัทสยามมิชลินจำกัดผลิตช่างเทคนิคระดับปวส.โดยรับผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาในระดับม .6 และปวช.เข้าเรียนและทำงานในโรงงานผลิตแม่พิมพ์ยางล้อที่นิคมอุตสาหกรรมแหลมฉบังจังหวัดชลบุรีและโรงงานผลิตลวดสำหรับยางล้อที่นิคมอุตสาหกรรมหิมราชจังหวัดระยองจัดการศึกษาในหลักสูตรประกาศนียบัตรวิชาชีพชั้นสูงหรือปวส.โดยให้นักศึกษาเรียนและทำงานในโรงงาน9 เดือนต่อปีและเรียนในมทร.ล้านนา3 เดือนต่อปีโดยให้ทำงานในโรงงาน8 ชั่วโมงต่อวันและทำการเรียนการสอนในห้องเรียน3 ชั่วโมงต่อวันจำนวน6 วันต่อสัปดาห์ซึ่งในโครงการนี้ได้นำนักศึกษาหลักสูตรวิศวกรรมศาสตร์บัณฑิตทำโครงการจัดจบในโรงงานและฝึกเป็นครูรูปแบบเดียว
ปัจจุบันโรงงานเปลี่ยนประเทศไทยมันเปลี่ยนโรงงานมันใหญ่ขึ้นเยอะมากจนสถานศึกษาอาชีวะสถานศึกษามหาวิทยาลัยต่างๆหรือว่าคณะครุศาสตร์อุตสาหกรรมทั้งหลายเนี่ยคิดว่าไม่น่าจะสร้างโรงงานสร้างแลบอะไรสร้างเหมือนจำลองการทำงานทั้งหมดอยู่ในโรงเรียนได้แล้วเพราะว่าเทคโนโลยียุคใหม่มันก็ไปไกลมากเราก็เลยนำเรียนว่าเราก็ต้องสร้างครูขนาดสร้างนักเรียนใน2 รุ่นแรกเราก็เอานักเรียนศาสตร์วิศวะแต่เขาต้องไปฝึกสอนฝึกเป็นครูพี่เลี้ยงอยู่กับนักเรียนในสภาพจริงเด็กได้ทำงานไปด้วยได้เงินเดือนไปด้วยแล้วก็ได้คุณวุฒิแต่ในส่วนของการเรียนการสอนในโรงงานเนี่ยอาจารย์สอนอะไรไปเขาจะสามารถกลับไปดูในหน่วยงานเขาได้ครับแล้วก็เอากลับมาประยุกต์ใช้ในทฤษฎีที่เขาเรียนได้เลยครับอันไหนที่เขาทำงานแล้วมีปัญหาเขาก็จะกลับมาถามครูได้ถ้าเป็นกระบวนการในการพัฒนาครูเราจะเอาครูมาอบรมก่อนก็คือศึกษาการสอนจากอาจารย์อาวุโสเพื่อที่เขาจะได้มีประสบการณ์ว่าการสอนวิชาทฤษฎีต้องเตรียมอะไรบ้างต้องสอนยังไงการสอนปฏิบัติต้องเตรียมอะไรบ้างหลังจากนั้นเราก็จะส่งเขาเข้าไปในโรงงานในเบื้องต้นเนี่ยเราสอนเขาว่ากระบวนการที่เมื่อคุณได้รับเป้าหมายให้สอนวิชาอะไรกระบวนการเพื่อให้ได้มาซึ่งคุณภาพของ
คุณภาพมาตรฐานของราชมงคลล้านนาต้องทำยังไงพอเขาเข้าไปเห็นในโรงงานเขาก็จะสามารถเอามาประยุกต์ได้ว่าเอาไปเป็นปฏิบัติงานจริงแล้วก็กลับมาประยุกต์ใช้ทฤษฎีเขาก็จะได้จากส่วนที่ครูเอามาประยุกต์ให้ด้วยสำหรับการใช้ชีวิตของนักศึกษามิชลินนะครับที่เข้าไปอยู่ในโรงงานนะเขาจะมีระเบียบวินัยมากกว่านักศึกษาที่อยู่ในปัจจุบันตามระบบปกตินะเพราะว่าเขาต้องตื่นตั้งแต่เช้า6 โมงเช้าเขาต้องทำงานแล้วฉะนั้นเขาต้องตื่นตั้งแต่ตี 5เพื่อเดินทางไปทำงานนะพอทำงานเสร็จเขาก็ต้องมาเรียนนะครับฉะนั้นเวลาที่เขาต้องอยู่กับที่ใช้ชีวิตกับโรงงานกับโรงเรียนนะก็ประมาณ12 ชั่วโมงนะครับซึ่งตรงนี้ทำให้เขามีวินัยมากขึ้นนะครับความเป็นผู้นำของเขาไปดีขึ้นนะครับ
มิชลินได้อะไรทำให้มิชลินได้อะไรได้แรงงานที่มีคุณภาพอันที่ 1อันที่ 2ได้แรงงานที่ค่อนข้างจะมีเวลาที่จะทำงานอยู่ตรงนั้นนานไม่เหมือนกับคนงานทั่วไปคนงานทั่วไปนี่เข้ามาไม่ชอบใจก็หลับออกอันนี้คือเขาได้แต่ถามว่ารัฐบาลได้อะไรก็ได้เหมือนกันได้ตรงที่ว่าไม่ต้องมาหาเครื่องไม้เครื่องมืออะไรมากมายที่เป็นราคาแพงมาใช้ในมหาวิทยาลัยนี่แต่ได้อะ
ทุกฝ่ายยังไม่ได้เห็นความสำคัญร่วมกันเรามองภาพไว้ว่าคนที่จะมีส่วนร่วมในการพัฒนาให้มันเกิดเป็นรูปแบบที่เป็นมาตรฐาน3 ส่วน1ก็คือมหาลัยก็คือโรงเรียน2ก็คือโรงงาน3ก็คือภาครัฐจะต้องมี3 ส่วนเข้ามาเอื้อมเลยกันก็คือค่าใช้จ่ายหลักๆน่าจะมาจากโรงงานเพียงแต่ว่ามหาลัยอาจจะสนับสนุนในเรื่องของบุคลากรผู้สอนระดับนโยบายแห่งชาติอาจจะสนับสนุนในเรื่องของการลดหย่อนภาษีเรื่องสวัสดิการจูงใจโรงงานอะไรนะครับ
อยากให้บริษัทเนี่ยเขามามีส่วนที่จะช่วยเหลือรัฐบาลในเรื่องของค่าใช้จ่ายที่เราใช้อยู่เนี่ยแต่ผมไม่รู้ว่าจะทำได้ไหม
เขาก็จะพาอาจารย์เนี่ยเข้าไปศึกษาของจริงนะครับในโรงงานแล้วก็จะมีเขาเรียกว่าหัวหน้างานเข้ามาประกบถ้าสมมติว่าเราไม่เข้าใจอะไรเขาก็จะให้คำปรึกษาเราแล้วก็จะมีแบบว่าสอนคอร์สอื่นเยอะแยะที่ลึกกว่าที่นักเรียนทำงานอยู่อะไรเงี้ยเพื่อจะทำให้เราเข้าใจงานในโรงงานมากขึ้นแล้วสามารถบูรณาการหรือว่าสอนกับวิชาของเราได้มากขึ้น
ผมก็ต้องปรับตัวไม่เหมือนกับครูเทคนิคทั่วไปอยู่ที่นี่ต้องมีเรื่องราวที่จะคุยกับเด็กให้รู้เรื่องนะครับต้องรู้เรื่องราวที่เกี่ยวกับในโรงงานซึ่งผมมาแรกๆผมก็ไม่รู้เรื่องอะไรผมก็ต้องปรับตัวคือเรียนรู้พร้อมไปกับเด็กให้เด็กไปค้าแจงให้เด็กไปทำงานมาแล้วก็ให้เด็กมาพรีเซนต์ให้ดูนะครับก็เราก็จะได้เรียนรู้ไปกับเด็กในส่วนนั้นเป็นครูที่นี่นะครับต้องรับผิดชอบอะไรหลายๆอย่างเช่นการกินอยู่ของเด็กครับเด็กไม่มาเรียนก็ต้องตามเด็กมาเรียนรับผิดชอบมากกว่าครูเทคนิคทั่วไปนะการที่ได้รู้เกี่ยวกับเทคโนโลยีนะครับก็จะสามารถมาบูรณาการอย่างเช่นกระบวนการในการผลิตของเขาเป็นยังไงก็อย่างเช่นการกึ่งนะครับก็กึ่งยังไงก็จับทฤษฎีการกึ่งบูรณาการเข้ากับการผลิตของเขาเนี่ยคำนวณยังไงสอนก็จะบูรณาการการคำนวณให้เข้าไปในการกึ่งเหล็กของที่นี่
คือจะได้สัมผัสกับเครื่องจักรพนักงานการใช้ชีวิตแล้วก็อาจจะเหนื่อยหน่อยครับแต่มันก็พอคุ้มคือเราได้เปรียบคนอื่นคือว่าเราทำงานไปด้วยอะไรไปด้วยเรามีความรู้ที่อยู่รอบตัวเราครับความรู้เยอะมากอย่างที่เรียนเราก็เรียนตามทฤษฎีใช่ไหมครับแต่พอไปหน้างานเราได้ปฏิบัติจริงๆอย่างวิชาล่าสุดที่เรียนก็คือวัสดุศาสตร์ให้โจทย์มาว่าให้ไปดูงานในโพสต์ว่ามีอะไรที่เกี่ยวกับวัสดุพวกเหล็กพวกอะไรครับมันทำให้เราอิงทฤษฎีไปแล้วก็ไปสัมผัสงานที่เราทำแล้วก็วิชาที่เราเรียนมันแมทกันครับก็คือเราสามารถนำความรู้ทฤษฎีที่เรียนไปประยุกต์เข้ากับงานแล้วก็สามารถนำงานออกมาเพื่อที่จะบูรณาการความรู้เราได้ครับ
ปัจจุบันมทรล้านนายังมีบทบาทในฐานะมหาวิทยาลัยนวัตกรรมเพื่อชุมชนซึ่งยังคงยึดมั่นในเส้นทางการจัดการศึกษาเพื่อผลิตบัณฑิตนักปฏิบัติที่ตอบโจทย์ให้กับสังคมมาโดยตลอด
ที่ผ่านมาในอดีตเนี่ยนะครับมหาวิทยาลัยเราเนี่ยมันจะเป็นมหาวิทยาลัยประเภทที่ฝึกนักศึกษาปีเอกประเภทแบบตีพิมพ์บริบทของมหาวิทยาลัยเนี่ยมันไม่ได้เป็นบริบทประเภทแบบให้เราตีพิมพ์วิธีทำของผมเนี่ยมันต้องถูกปรับใหม่โดยเอานักศึกษาเป็นที่ตั้งโดยมีโจทย์จากบริบทที่เป็นชุมชนรอบๆมหาวิทยาลัยเราเนี่ยเป็นพื้นที่ในการทำงานการเรียนการสอนแบบวิวเนี่ยนะครับ1จะช่วยให้นักศึกษาของเราเนี่ยนะฮะเข้าใจบริบทของชุมชนที่อยู่รอบมหาวิทยาลัยเรามากยิ่งขึ้น2นะครับเราได้สร้างความภูมิใจนะครับให้ตัวนักศึกษาและสร้างความเชื่อมั่นให้กับชุมชนว่ามหาวิทยาลัยแห่งนี้นะครับเป็นที่พึ่งให้กับชุมชนได้
การผลิตนักศึกษาระดับมัธยมปลายรูปแบบบูรณาการความรู้ด้านวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีวิศวกรรมศาสตร์และคณิตศาสตร์กับการทำงานหรือ STEM for Build เป็นการจัดการศึกษาร่วมกันระหว่างมทรล้านนาโรงเรียนมัธยมในภาคเหนือจำนวน10 โรงเรียนและบริษัทสยามวิชาจำกัดระยองโดยเป็นการนำร่องที่นำนักเรียนชั้นมัธยมศึกษาปีที่ 6 อายุ 18 ปีขึ้นไปเข้าเรียนในโรงงานการเรียนการสอนจะใช้การบูรณาการความรู้ด้านวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีวิศวกรรมศาสตร์และคณิตศาสตร์กับโจทย์หรืองานที่นักศึกษาทำจริงในโรงงานโดยมีครูพี่เลี้ยงหรือครูฝึกหัดวิวเป็นผู้ให้ความช่วยเหลือในเรื่องการเรียนรู้อย่างใกล้ชิด
คนที่2 คนนะครับก็อยากถูกแบ่งให้เข้าประจำในหน้าที่ของตัวเอง
ซึ่งครูพี่เลี้ยงจะได้รับการฝึกหัดด้านการเรียนรู้แบบ constructionism ในด้าน soft science จากวิทยากรผู้ทรงคุณวุฒิและจะถูกฝึกการเรียนรู้ด้าน hard science จากวิศวกรฝ่ายผลิตและจากครูที่มีประสบการณ์จากมทรล้านนา
สเต็มเน้นเรื่องที่ลิงก์กับเรียลเซกเตอร์นั้นจะทำเรียลเซกเตอร์ได้จะทำสเต็มได้1ต้องไปถอดต้องสร้างรูปแบบยังไงให้มันตอบโจทย์อุตสาหกรรมที่เขาต้องซื้อคือฝั่งนี้มา2ก็ต้องไปถอดเทคโนโลยีถอดความรู้ถอดอะไรต่างๆประสบการณ์อะไรในโรงงานมาเป็นเนื้อหาสาระเป็นตำรับตำราในการสอนเด็กแล้วก็นอกจากจะสอนทำเนื้อหาสอนเด็กการจะถอดอย่างนั้นได้มันต้องถอดจากครูอันนี้เป็นซิสเต็มเลยล่ะถ้าถอดจากครูปุ๊บมันต้องฝึกครูไปพร้อมๆฝึกเด็กหรือฝึกก่อนเด็ก
ม.6 เนี่ยยังไม่มีทักษะในการทำงานนะครับก็ก่อนจะมาทำโรงงานเนี่ยก็เลยให้ไปฝึกทักษะฝีมือเบื้องต้นก่อนนะครับที่ของเราเองคือที่ราชมงคลล้านนาไปฝึกที่ดอยสะเก็ดนะครับเป็นเวลา1 เดือนนะโดยการฝึกเนี่ยก็คือจะฝึกด้านฝีมือทักษะช่างนะครับเสร็จแล้วก็ฝึกความอดทนฝึกระเบียบวินัยนะครับก็ทำงานตั้งแต่8 โมงเช้าจนถึง5 โมงเย็น6 วันต่อสัปดาห์เป็นเวลา1 เดือน1 เดือนเต็มนะพอผ่านจากการฝึกช่างพื้นฐานหรือว่าฝึกฝีมือพื้นฐานเสร็จแล้วเนี่ยก็ตลอดต่อไปก็คือเข้ามาที่โรงงาน
การศึกษากับทางความต้องการของบริษัทเนี่ยในสมัยก่อนเนี่ยอาจจะไม่ตรงกันสักทีเดียวนะครับเพราะว่าระบบการศึกษาก็อาจจะป้อนความรู้ให้นักศึกษาอีกแบบหนึ่งแต่ความต้องการของทางภาคเอกชนเนี่ยก็อาจจะต้องการบุคลากรที่จะมาทำงานอีกแบบหนึ่งแต่ว่าในปัจจุบันเนี่ยสำหรับโครงการนี้เนี่ยก็จะทำให้ทั้งภาคการศึกษาแล้วก็ทางบริษัทหรือภาคเอกชนเนี่ยเข้ามาร่วมมือกันแล้วก็สามารถป้อนบุคลากรที่มีคุณภาพให้กับทางบริษัทแล้วก็ภาคอุตสาหกรรมได้ดีขึ้น
ตั้งแต่ดูแลนักเรียนอยู่กับนักเรียนที่หอดูแลทุกอย่างความเป็นอยู่ของนักเรียนทุกอย่างนะครับแล้วก็เข้ามาที่โรงงานก็ต้องมาถอดบทเรียนในโรงงานนะครับที่นักเรียนทำงานอยู่ก็ต้องมาถอดแบบการบูรณาการความรู้ให้กับนักเรียนแบบ STEM นะครับกลับไปก็ต้องตอนเย็นนักเรียนเลิกเรียนก็ต้องไปสอนนะครับสอนในรูปแบบของ STEM ส่วนตัวผมก็ได้รับมอบหมายทำโปรเจกต์ร่วมกับโรงงานเพื่อพัฒนาเครื่องทดสอบ Residual Torsion คือเป็นเบ็ดตกค้างในลวดนะครับพัฒนาร่วมกับโรงงานเพื่อสร้างระบบอัตโนมัติให้กับโรงงานนะครับ
การฝึกในโรงงานนะครับเราก็จะถอดบทเรียนนะครับจากโรงงานที่ได้โดยแต่ละหลักการต่างๆเราก็ศึกษาแล้วก็นำมาเทียบว่าไอ้ตัวเนี้ยทฤษฎีมันคล้ายกับในที่ตัวเรียนกับวิชาไหนมั่งหรือตัวไหนมั่งนะครับที่คล้ายกันแล้วก็เอามาเปรียบเทียบให้นักเรียนดูว่ามันมีความสอดคล้องกันยังไง
เด็กต้องเปลี่ยนรูปแบบจากการเรียนแต่ในห้องนั่งเรียนหนังสือจบเลคเชอร์เดียวอาจารย์สอนรับถึงเวลาสอบอ่านหนังสือเพื่อไปสอบให้มันผ่านแค่นั้นครับวันนี้เรามาเปลี่ยนบทบาทไปคือเด็กต้องทำงานไปด้วยแล้วก็ต้องเรียนส่วนหนึ่งเขาต้องรับผิดชอบชีวิตตนเองแล้วนะครับเขาต้องเป็นผู้ใหญ่มากขึ้นแต่ต้องยอมรับส่วนนี้ว่ามันต้องเหนื่อยนะครับสำหรับการเรียนรูปแบบเนี้ยเด็กเขาจะเห็นภาพนะครับในโรงงานเขาทำงานนี้ตลอดเวลาสอนก็ต้องยกตัวอย่างก็คือภาพที่เขาเห็นทุกวันเขาก็จะจินตนาการได้ไม่ทำให้เขาศึกษาได้เร็วขึ้นครับและส่วนหนึ่งเวลาเขาเรียนเกิดคำถามในสมองเกิดคำถามในหัวเขาเนี่ยถึงเวลาเขาอาจจะเข้ามาในโรงงานส่วนนี้มันยังค้างอยู่อาจจะไปถามเพื่อนร่วมงานพี่ๆหรือprocess engineer หรือโปรทีมเขาเนี่ยสามารถหาคำตอบได้ก็มันเป็นสิ่งใกล้ตัว
I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Namyut Songthanapitak, our President of Rmutl, to give additional information about will policy of Rmutl.
Once again, distinguished guests, I hope you won't get bored of seeing me all day today. But anyway, I really welcome all of you again. But I'd like to conclude from what you have seen, just very lengthy of the video presentation, which is very worth it of studying how deeply in detail that we are trying to searching for the excellency of this view. But in the meantime, allow me to talk a little bit of it in Thai version, and I will try to conclude it at the end of my talk a little bit. ขออนุญาตกราบเรียนท่านผู้บริหารและคณาจารย์ในฝ่ายไทยของเรานะครับว่าสิ่งที่เพื่อคอนเฟิร์มเพื่อให้เกิดความมั่นใจว่าในการทำงานของเรานั้นเนี่ยมันมีที่ไปที่มาที่หนึ่งนะครับว่าอยากจะเรียนว่าเท่าที่ราชมงคลก่อร่างสร้างตัวขึ้นมาจากความเป็นอาชีวศึกษาแต่เดิมเนี่ยนะครับแล้วก็ผ่านมาในระยะเวลาหนึ่งแล้วเนี่ยก็มีข้อสะท้อนจากสังคมทั้งนักการศึกษาของประเทศด้วยนะครับว่าระวังนะมหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีราชมงคลเนี่ยจะไปเปลี่ยนร่างตัวเองให้กลายเป็นมหาวิทยาลัยเหมือนอื่นๆทั่วไปนะที่เรียกเข้าใจกันว่าเป็นมหาวิทยาลัยชั้นนำในเชิงวิจัยแล้วก็ที่เข้าใจกันเช่นเดียวกันว่าเป็น comprehensive university นั้นมีหลากหลายสาขาอย่างนี้เป็นต้นเพราะฉะนั้นเขาต้องการให้ราชมงคลเนี่ยฝังตัวหรือบางตัวอยู่ในลักษณะของความต่อเนื่องจากทางสายอาชีวะนะเพื่อเป็นทางเลือกให้กับผู้เรียนและก็ผู้ใช้ในโอกาสต่อไปอย่างนี้เป็นต้นนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นผมจึงมาขอพูดตรงนี้ไว้ให้ชัดเจนสักชั้นหนึ่งก่อนว่าถ้าท่านหลายมาเนี่ยขอให้หวังว่าจะกลับไปจะได้อะไรเนี่ยนะครับน่าจะเป็นประโยชน์ในการที่พูดถึงและเข้าใจในทิศทางเดียวกันและขณะเดียวกันนะครับกว่าจะได้มาอย่างเช่นถ้าเดี๋ยวนี้เนี่ยขอพูดสั้นๆนิดหนึ่งก็คือว่าอาชีวะที่จะต้องการในเชิงรัฐบาลเพื่อให้ขยายผลว่า1จำนวนมากขึ้นและ2คุณภาพดีขึ้นอย่างเป็นต้นเลยนะครับและ3สุดท้ายเมื่อผลิตดีทั้ง2ทางแล้วเนี่ยนะก็จะเป็นที่ต้องการของภาคประกอบการด้วยในลักษณะดังกล่าวนั้นเนี่ยสามารถที่จะแบ่งส่วนหนึ่งออกไปทำงานอีกส่วนหนึ่งสามารถศึกษาต่อได้หรือไปทำงานแล้วกลับมาศึกษาต่ออย่างนี้ก็ได้เป็นต้นเนี่ยก็แปลว่าบันไดชีวิตของการดำรงอยู่ของผู้จบทางสายอาชีวะเนี่ยจะไม่ยุติเพียงแค่ว่าการทำงานในลักษณะเดียวกันอย่างต่อเนื่องอย่างนี้โดยตลอดเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าสิ่งเหล่านี้เนี่ยสามารถมาผสมเข้าด้วยกันได้ก็จะเป็นเรื่องที่ดีนะครับและหลังจากตรงนี้ซึ่งถือว่าเป็นนโยบายของรัฐบาลบ้างในบางส่วนและเรากำลังนำเสนอนี่นะครับก็จะเป็นประโยชน์นะครับซึ่งวันนี้เรามีสภาการศึกษามีอาชีวศึกษาที่อยู่ด้วยแล้วก็ราชมงคลหรือมหาวิทยาลัยที่อยู่ในสายเดียวกันนะครับถ้าจอมเกล้าอย่างนี้ทุกคนนะครับก็จะเป็นเรื่องที่ดีเรามาร่วมกันทำนะครับที่สำคัญผมอยากจะเรียนว่านอกจากวิดีโอ presentation แล้วเนี่ยก็เราจะคือต้องทำอย่างต่อเนื่องผมกลับเรียนอย่างนี้นะครับว่าบางโอกาสที่มีข
ข้อแตกต่างระหว่างสถานประกอบการกับภาคการจัดการศึกษาหรือเตรียมคนนั้นเนี่ยอาจจะมีบางสิ่งบางอย่างที่ไม่สอดรับซึ่งกันและกันเราก็ต้องปรับตัวให้ได้เมื่อปรับตัวได้แล้วเนี่ยก็พูดง่ายๆก็คือว่ารูหรือว่ากฎต่างๆที่ใช้ในการดำเนินการเรื่องวิวอย่างนี้เป็นต้นนี่นะครับก็อาจจะมองดูแล้วผมเรื่องเยอะมากที่ผ่านมาแล้วหลายโอกาสไม่สำเร็จก็เพราะว่าเราไม่สามารถทนต่อข้อกฎเกณฑ์ที่วางไว้อย่างลำบากยากเย็นต่อสถานการณ์ต่างๆอย่างนี้เป็นต้นนะครับก็อาจจะมีการปรับแต่งในเรื่องต่างๆในปลีกย่อยที่มีอยู่ในหลักการเหมือนเดิมก็คือสุดท้ายเนี่ยเด็กจะต้องได้รับความรู้จากสาขานั้นๆที่เขาเรียนอยู่นะครับแล้วก็สามารถต่อเนื่องตามปรัชญาของการจัดการศึกษาที่ถูกต้องอันนี้เป็นเรื่องสำคัญทีนี้ขณะเดียวกันทางฝ่ายประกอบการวันนี้ก็มาหลายส่วนซึ่งจะสะท้อนให้เห็นว่าเมื่อทำดีลไปแล้วเนี่ยผลที่ได้นั้นเป็นอย่างไรซึ่งก็หวังว่าท่านอาจารย์ทั้งหลายก็จะนำไปใช้ในการโฆษณาหรือบอกกล่าวผู้ปกครองก็ดีที่จะมีโอกาสเรียนรู้ในเรื่องต่างๆให้เพิ่มเติมนะครับซึ่งเราก็คิดว่ากรณีวันนี้เนี่ยนะครับถือว่าเป็นวันจะเรียกว่าเป็นวันสำคัญก็ได้นะครับเป็นการปักธงว่าแต่ละที่เนี่ยอย่างเช่นยกตัวอย่างที่ผมมาพูดก็คือสร้างความมั่นใจว่าเด็กที่มาเรียนราชมงคลล้านนานั้นเนี่ยมันจะขยายผลจากจุดหนึ่งซึ่งมีปรากฏที่ผ่านมาแล้วเนี่ยเป็นกลุ่มทางด้านภาคการผลิตแต่ต่อไปในสาขาอื่นก็จะขยายผลต่อไปอีกตราบเท่าที่เราทำไปแก้ไขไปและปรับปรุงให้มันดีขึ้นเรื่อยๆอย่างนี้เป็นต้นนะครับก็เรียกว่าเราจะหายใจลดต้นคอในเรื่องของการสร้างความเชื่อมั่นให้กับสังคมว่าการมาเรียนแล้วเนี่ยจะมีชีวิตในการทำงานดีขึ้นกว่าเดิมอย่างนี้เป็นต้นนะครับก็ต้องขอความร่วมมือทางภาคประกอบการซึ่งวันนี้คงจะได้มีคำมั่นสัญญาเพิ่มเติมในบางส่วนแล้วก็จะขยายผลต่อไปอีกนะครับอันนี้เป็นการสร้างขออนุญาตทำในลักษณะของแบบนี้นะครับหลากหลายรูปแบบและเรื่องที่ใช่เป็นเรื่องสำคัญเรื่องกว่านี้นะแต่ว่าถ้าพูดคำตรงนี้แล้วเนี่ยรูปแบบอื่นเนี่ยต่างก็อยู่ในวงจรอันนี้เช่นเดียวกันนะครับคือการบูรณาการการเรียนและกับการทำงานเข้าด้วยกัน work integrated learning นั้นเนี่ยเพราะฉะนั้นไม่ว่าท่านจะใช้ในลักษณะของ internship ในเรื่องของ dual vocational assistant อะไรประเภทแบบนั้นเนี่ยนะครับก็จะเป็นลักษณะเดียวกันนะครับเพียงแค่ว่าต่างชื่อเรียกแล้วก็ต่างสถานที่ที่ใช้กันก็ไม่ว่ากันนะครับผมขอสรุปเรื่องนี้ให้กับทางฝ่ายนานาชาตินิดเดียวก็คือว่าonce again colleagues I would like to inform you that I try to give some explanation of how the real education is concerning about. And particularly for Rmutl, we have the policy try to emphasize on how to equip the student with their skillfulness to the real situation of what they should work in the future. And as well as for the policy should deploy to the implementation area or sectors and make sure that we get a good understanding between institution or university with the real sector or workplace. Particularly, we starting from the industry, in the production lines, and hopefully throughout the system of education we are conducting, we are expecting for all of them who graduate from our university should be able to be equipped with the skillfulness, the experiences from the university itself, and as well as the workplace. Provided those experiences would not sufficiently for them to carry on their life in the future for their wellness of their futures. So we have to again to put on more academic emphasis on how they should equip them. So lastly, I add on to what we are doing here right now. Since I have been I'm conducting the RAF Day, what I could say is the Regional Association for Vocational Teacher Education, which is one of the major things to incorporate what the future success would be, so that the vocational teacher would have to start with a very reality put into practice of how the teacher should be well equipped with their experiences with the industry or real sectors before they're teaching in the class. This thing like this, we would have to conclude by the end of the day today, I hope, that we will find out what are the criteria and conditions to provide the situation here in Thailand, as well as we are inviting our
overseas experiences to share with us today as well. So expectingly by the end of the day again to conclude with the ways and means, and if I may, allow me to try to make it more big picture, like we should have the declaration of how the vocational teacher education will be under the latte where I just said. So gradually, I hope that you will get familiar with the name latte bit by bit, and then we will end up with how today's effort that we trying to invite you all to share with us to conclude with that very big picture to the nation as a whole as well as the region. Yes. โอเคขอบคุณนะครับผมคิดว่าในท้ายสุดของวันนี้เนี่ยหวังว่าจะได้ข้อตกลงร่วมกันนะครับว่าการที่จะผลิตผู้จบการศึกษาในลักษณะต่างๆนั้นมีองค์ประกอบอะไรบ้างที่เป็นตัวสำคัญเป็นตัวขับเคลื่อนนะครับให้กับการจัดการศึกษาไม่เป็นแค่อาชีวศึกษาเท่านั้นเองในกลุ่มที่เกี่ยวกับทางด้านTVET นะฮะ Technical Vocational Education Training หรือว่าเป็น Technological Training อะไรก็แล้วแต่ซึ่งจะมุกอัพขึ้นไปอีกนิดหนึ่งตามลักษณะของการเปลี่ยนแปลงในเชิงการผลิตภาคประกอบการนะครับอันนี้ก็เป็นเรื่องหนึ่งที่ขออนุญาตว่าสรุปจากตรงนี้สั้นๆให้กับท่านทั้งหลายเพื่อผมเข้าใจในเจตนาแบบนี้แล้วก็ท่านคงจะนอกจากเรียนรู้และเพิ่มเติมแล้วเนี่ยเราสามารถจะสร้างองค์กรของเราให้มีความเข้มแข็งในการดำเนินการนี้ต่อไปก็ขอบคุณท่านเลขาธิการสภาการศึกษาท่านสำนักงานคณะกรรมการการศึกษาตรงนี้ว่าในทุกภาคส่วนเช่นเดียวกันก็ขอความร่วมมือว่าเรามาช่วยกันทำงานนะครับเพราะผมไม่ได้ปิดต่อผู้ใดผู้หนึ่งโดยเฉพาะนะครับในทางนี้ครับขอบคุณนะครับ Thank you once again.
We will now begin with Associate Professor Dr. Poonsak Gosiyapon, National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office, and Dr. Surapon Chaywongsa, lecturer from Rajamangala University of Technology, Lanna, to be our moderator today. At this time, I'd like to give the stage to you. Thank you.
The biggest panel ever for this discussion. So there's not enough seat for us. Me and Dr. Surapon will running around this panel. Right? And to make this discussion to be a very brief, because we have a very limited time, we will separate the topic in 3 topics. One is about the policy, because we have the gentlemen and ladies of the government section, and the second we will talk about the academic stuff, and finally we will talk about the business sector that will involve work integrated learning. The topic today, trends and challenges of work integrated learning, enhancing work readiness and employability. First of all, this morning, Dr. Piniti from the Office of Education Commission already discussed about the program from Thai government, focusing on the work integrated learning, so-called VIEW for short. And today we already heard about the VIEW concept, about the pilot project from the government. We already have ASEAN community coming in, and we also need to understand how to implement in the project. I'm here in Thailand, also in the ASEAN community. So the first question about this discussion for this panel is about the policy. I would like to invite Dr. Piniti to add more knowledge about how to implement this or how to apply this idea to the project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think all of you see now we have a very big panelist this morning. I hope that we can cope with the time. Well, at the policy level, I have mentioned earlier that not only Thailand but as a regional context in ASEAN, we foresee the importance of having qualified workforce serve the needs of the region. I had a chance to work at the regional level in ASEAN to promote the cooperation in education over 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we talked about quality education, how can we promote the quality education in this region. Of course, at that time, we talked a lot on the quality assurance. We talked a lot on the qualification framework. And now, I think we have to work in more detail under these two topics, QA and QM. We have talked a lot how we can provide the qualified workforce to meet the needs of the region. And then we had concluded that we should find ways, and one of it is how can we offer the student with the real world, to know and to learn from the real world, and also to meet the needs of the society and also of the real sector. And that comes up with the policy of having the work integrated learning as a part of a curriculum or in that program. And in Thailand, for example, at the policy level under the Ministry of Education, we encourage both vocational college and university level to include the work integrated process as a part of the curriculum. Also, we encourage the college or university to work closely with the industry or the business sector in order to learn more how to develop this program. And as I also mentioned earlier, especially in Thailand, we now in the process of education reform again now in Thailand. And we have placed emphasis on this issue. And I'm sure that with this direction, we can produce a qualified workforce, qualified graduates from university to meet the needs of the real sector. And this is in our priority of how to improve the quality education in Thailand. I would like to conclude at this time first.
Thank you so much. And so we received a message from Employability that we need to get more detail about implementation, and we need to in order to make it, the qualification system to be better and better. Luckily, we have the gentleman from Policy Strategy and Development Team at international level from Dr. Love Cambridge. Dr. Love Cambridge, would you please share your experience and about the policy involving in the work integrated learning for us?
Yeah, my name is Rolf Gendel. I'm a German citizen, and let me first express my sincere satisfaction to discuss with you today the subject of work integrated learning. As you know from German experiences, that all, let's say, philosophies in education are going around dual cooperative or working integrated learning. That is one, let's say, for German, one nature basic experience in setting up policies and concepts and strategies for vocational education and training. Work integrated learning is a little bit, let's say, another word for dual cooperative or a dual training scheme or alternance, training and alternance, as you know all, and that means the most important point, or the key point, is that education is in general delivered on two places. So that means the education institutions are involved as well as also the companies and enterprises. This is a very, very important thing. Perhaps you know that OECD and Eurostatistics in Europe make an interesting study last year. They have looked around the correlation about the vocation or higher education and vocation training systems in European countries and the unemployment rate, youth unemployment rate. And they have said that clearly the highest youth unemployment rate in Europe is existing in those countries which has school-based training, which has no way, or let's say really only some experiences in terms of workplace-oriented or workplace integrated learning. Such countries are Spain, Portugal, Greece. So far, for example, they have an youth unemployment rate over 20, mostly 30%, which is a really serious sign. And in countries like Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Denmark, we have unemployment rates lower than 5%. So that means there is a really big correlation about what it means to have a policy which promotes work-integrated learning, and I can only really encourage all of you to looking around this and to make everything and every effort to further develop and to further deepen the experiences and also to further develop the environment to be able to implement work-integrated learning. Thank you so far.
To develop the dual system, we need to cooperation between the workplace and the school, university, or vocational college. So to that, to get more detail, we need to make the to make the system to be more qualified. We need the competency for the system. To that, we have the Dr. Neil Geister from the Vocational Competency Development in Asia. I would like to invite Dr. Geiser to share and explain about developing that system.
For having put up this interesting symposium, I've been honored to be part of it. I'm from GIZ, which is a German public benefit enterprise which implements programs on behalf of the German government. I'm the program director of a Tibet program working from Hanoi in the Southeast Asian region. To your question, to give an answer which relates a bit to German experiences, and adding up on what Rolf Henrich has just said. The German Tibet or dual system generally aims at the capacity of self-organized productive work, and we believe that the combination of learning in a real-world situation and in a school or university-based education is the best way to develop thematic, methodology, and social competencies. And a key in that respect is an action implemented or implementation-oriented design of curricula. So we're talking about, in parts, policy level, which is a framework of designing new curricula for schools and universities, but also this deals with the qualification of Tibet personnel or of educators. And generally speaking, again from the German experience, there are 5 key elements of our Tibet dual system which we usually take into account when developing new systems or assisting other countries in setting up Tibet systems. And those 5 key elements are a public-private cooperation, and the presentation which was given earlier this morning was very interesting in that respect. The second is the acceptance of national standards, so that again there are some standards which are applicable nationwide. nationwide, or in the ASEAN context, maybe also on a regional basis. Thirdly, there's the qualified vocational training staff, and that staff both at universities and schools, but also in the learning or work-oriented process. You need good qualified people to do the training in the companies, in the industries, small and medium-sized enterprises. Otherwise, we won't get a lot of qualified staff. In addition to that, the fourth element is institutionalized research. So the universities also need to follow what is happening in the labor market, but also in the teaching institutions and in companies, and come up with some new findings, some new research in order to improve the system. And then finally, and I don't need to talk more on that, but the fifth element is learning in the work process once again. So it's an essential element of the German TIVA system. But again, and I repeat myself here, I think what it really takes is well-qualified vocational training staff. Thank you.
Thank you. In Thailand, we just implement Thailand Professional Qualification Institute, and today we have Dr. Aniversary. You showed us, you explained about this office, and what about the future of about qualification framework?
Thank you. Professional Qualification Institute, we are the public organization. We can call ourselves part of the government who have to implement something to meet the policy of the government. As a public organization, we have some different that we try to move things slightly faster. But on this view, what I can say in general, in the policy, what we have to try to meet on that, to move that in the same direction, is mainly to develop the skill, to develop the competence of the workforce to meet the demand of the industry. So on that, we work together with the industry to develop the competency standard. And our role is to qualify them and give them the certification of the professional in all the areas. The same standard, the same competency standard that we develop, we pass over to education as well. Both the vocational level, the college, and also the university level of I would say that this is our main target. Myself, as TPQI, we work with the Rajamangala who have the continuing from the vocational to the university. This is still only, I would say this is only the group of the university who still have this kind of system. So we work with Rajamangala, Lanna, who look after the north. We're working with the Rajamangala Isan, that is the northeast of the country. Also, we have started working with the Rajamangala, we call it Rajamangala Sipichai. This is a south Thai. I'm not talking about Bangkok because that is actually working with them. But that is something that I'm going to talk more in detail after the session. So on that, I would say that we concentrate on the university who have the area or who have the industry in that area and connect it. Because when we talk about you, sure that it's a work integrated. So we try to concentrate on the university or the college that have the same interest of the industry that we. For example, Rajamangala, Lanna, we talk about electronics, to set standard to pass, to develop the curriculum, to be the dual, to be the work-based or the field. So I think this is what we work together, and at the end, we just hope that the college, the university can produce the workforce, the potential workforce in the future who competent, capable to work to meet the demand of the industry. So this is what we do.
So we can understand that the world of work or the qualification framework will move to the. So we need to maybe get closer in order to migrate that kind of system into the education as well. That really matches to the work integrated learning for the future of the Mangala University. And today, let's move to our neighbor. Today we have the guest from Myanmar, Dr. Nu Yin. She's from the Skill Development Policy in Myanmar. So I would like to invite Dr. Nu Yin to share your experience about the policy dealing with the working together.
In this kind of discussion, as you know, in our country, Myanmar, it's quite different from other ASEAN member countries, but nowadays we are going forward to this work integrated learning. We have nearly 18 ministries, all the time changing, but among them, Ministry of Education is the leading role for basic education and also higher education. But the thing is that other ministries also has universities or colleges so that they can train for the professional issues. And especially for the vocational training, Ministry of Science and Technology is taking the leading role. But not only the ministries nowadays, we have something like the NGOs or NGOs like PIZ and other JICA and some famous organizations. They also try to give training for the vocational education. So we have two streams of learning in Myanmar. The first one is giving formal education, or something like giving certificates, degrees, and the second stream is purposely for the vocational education, for pre and post work jobs, so that something like we try to re-educate and retrain people, the workforce, and that's why we are striving with these two streams. So, for example, for this work integrated learning, I just want to give an example that we try to emphasize on workplace. That's why even the Ministry of Labor has changed its name, and it becomes Ministry of Labor, Employment and Social Security. So they take care of the employment issue as well as for retraining and re-educating to the private sector concerning with PPP issue. So we now in Myanmar are really concentrating on this work integrated learning, and all the ministries, especially the 13 ministries, they are emphasizing on this and trying to train our younger generation so that in the future they might have the work-related education. Thank you.
Not only for Thailand that we think about the working together, and also the countries around this region. So we may have to make a connection between each country, and like Dr. Benita just mentioned it this morning about the talent mobility. So we have the workforce mobility in the future. And we have two more policy office to talk about the policy for the work integrated learning. May I invite Dr. Kutasha Sukala. She's the
Director of Center for International Vocational Education Corporation, Vocational Education Commission.
Thank you very much for you to invite me to join this panel. I think today we have many important persons join us from the policy level, like the National Education Council, and we have one from the member of the Vocational Education Committee who sit at the back of the stage. So for Vocational Education Commission, we try to follow the policy of the government. So we try to promote dual vocational system in our colleges. One of the important policy that we ask the college to cooperate with at least one company, one college, because we really understand that this is the real need from the company. But however, from the experiences of dual vocational system, we would like to share that we study experience from the German system. One of the important issues from vocational education is in the former time we send our students to do practical training in company, but only 3 or 4 months. But nowadays we change to share the experience with private sector. We invite private sector to develop a curriculum with us, and the company have to inform us about the job description. We have to know more about the content under the job description. It's very important because one of the important things to develop curriculum is we have to know more about the content under each job, so we can develop our curriculum to meet the needs of private sector. Under the Vocational Education Commission, now we conduct Center of Dual Vocational System in our commission. And this center play an important role to develop the cooperation with company in every sector, both in Thailand and outside Thailand. Especially, we try to promote multi-cooperation with ASEAN member countries such as Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. We would like to share the experience in dual system together with our member ASEAN countries. But it's on the process to share. Next year we conduct we call twinning program together with many countries in ASEAN, and the students have to study with in each country, and before they graduate, they have to do a practical training in Thailand. It means that we try to cooperate with companies in Thailand and also support our students to learn experiences in the company, not only in Thailand but in other countries too.
Thank you so much, Dr. Person Lab. So it seems to us that we need the cooperation between the public and private sectors in order to make the work integrated learning to work in Thailand and also in the region. And we see that there are so many organizations that already developed some kind of pilot project. And this morning we already seen the video presentation from the front that we have the pilot project from the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office. Today we have Dr. Rmutl from the National Science, Technology and Innovation Policy Office. I would like to invite Dr. Rmutl to share the experience from that pilot project.
Thank you to share with you our experience in our pilot project. In fact, we started from the thing that we said that the direction is our question. We have to go in this direction. But the most important thing is how we can realize the model, develop the model which is appropriate for every part of the industry, university, and student. So, from this idea, we try to begin with a small group of students in order to convince the partner, especially for industry. Because as you have seen in the presentation, in the film, you know that it's the work, it's the fruit of the work after 2 or 3 years found. It's not happening in one day or in one week or 1 month. We developed this since 2 or 3 years ago. So we try to find out the major component. The first thing, we have to establish the framework or the model. How the students work, how the students study in the classroom, how we organize the classroom in the factory. And afterward, we try to discuss with every partner, because we know that the industry has a constraint. They have to produce, they have to do production. And for the university or for academic side, they have to teach the student. How we can find the equilibrium or how we can balance two activities which is supportable for the student. So, from this problem, we try to establish I would say the model. We say that the student should work 9 months per year and 3 months in university, and they have a night class 3 hours per day. And we try to begin with this idea, and we test that everybody or every partner can follow this scheme. 6 months after, we saw that, we observed that it was every part, every stakeholder. And then the second step, we try to develop a more intense curriculum. We try to break down from the job and to develop I would say the STEM basic. For example, you know that in the factory, we just assign the operator or the worker to realize that without explanation why we have to operate in this manner. So we assign when you see the teacher, they have to explain to the worker or the student why they have to operate that job by this method. So you know that finally we can say that we use the real production as a tool to develop our students. So finally we found a model that everybody can say that there is a positive sum game. Every partner gain. The student can earn their income doing the study, but they have to produce the real production. As you know that in Thailand we have the very serious problem about the labor shortage. From this point of view, you say that industry can solve one part of the problem. It can engage the workforce to stay with them at least 2 years, which is very good thing for industry. So I would say that the most important thing to get success in this project, we have to ask how we can develop a model which is appropriate for every part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manhot. We see that it takes some time to get effective work integrated learning practice in every in many sectors, and it's very important for us to find a good model, the win-win models that benefits for both parties, academic and the private sectors. Now, it's very exciting because we have heard a lot of policy makers. Now we will be focusing on the key players, which is academic area. So for the first talk, I would like to invite Associate Professor Unseng Kamwanti, which is he's from the National University of Lanna. He's the head of vocational teacher education, and good to share the experience what the work integrated learning experience in your universities or your from the experience, please.
Congratulations to be here, and there Professor Associate Professor Namjut, President of University and President of RAFTE. In my experience, I want to agree with video what we to see on the morning. I think it's very clear enough about this video, and the cooperation system between company, between education institutional and management on the macro level. In terms of my responsibility, I educate vocational teacher education, and I think the important point is the experience from the student. The student have to learn more technical at the vocational education and in the company, and then they come to the university and learn or study vocational teacher. This is very important. And then they learn technical, theoretical at the university, and then they come back to the company again, and then improve skill, what they learn theoretical at the university, what they should be improved practical level for yourself, yeah. And after that, they should final project, right? Final project to improve again with the theoretical and practical at the company. So I think it's very important for the student and the lecturer too. The lecturer should be more focused on the learning system of the student-centered, than not on the classroom. The lecturer should be skilled and then theoretical with company and then basic technical knowledge. So I think this 2 points is very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Associate project is very important in the part of the view, and the teacher should adapt or adjust how to teach, how to make an outside classroom to get an effective work integrated learning experience. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Yoksoti, the Director of National Technical Training Institute from Cambodia. Can you share experience, how the view experience in Cambodia to the audience, please?
And again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and also many thanks to
President Rajamangala for inviting today the work integrated learning, sharing about this one with you. And I'm the University and the President of National Technical Training Institute. Is the institute providing teacher training program and also engineering for our students as the lead of the institute in Cambodia and the Ministry of Labor and Professional Training. So we are as the training provider like Rajamangala University Technology Lanna, the same vision and strategy as we saw that today, this morning, is a video clip of the university. I think very similar for that as the training provider. We focusing about quality student after the graduate from the university or institution. That is really important. And then also in TTI we have the three kind of the bills, look like the internship, provide an internship program for our students, industrial and community project, and professional mentoring. And the last one is a simulation and virtual build for our students. Of course, with provide a training program for the student as the engineering or technical. I think this PPP program is very important. Then without the partnership, private, public and private is not so that we get successful for the quality of the student. So we provide our students, we send our students for 3 months a year to do the internship with the private, with the public partnership, and also for the vocational instructor trainer. We send our students to internship for 2 months with the industrial to get more experience from industrial. This is we talking about the quality teacher training program. For industrial and community projects, we send our students for 4 weeks, 1 month, to join with the NGO or community in the village to get to engage our students in their local community by making a social and educational contribution. And of course, to be successful and more experience before the graduates, every year we send our students to field with the industrial, with to be share, to be learn more the real practice in the field, and then also they can get more mentoring and experience and advising from the private sector and really what is the industrial have nowadays. And also you know that the technology nowadays move very fast. That is a very challenge for the training program provide to our students. And not only for that, we have the simulation and the virtual world that we have the laboratory and the workshop for the real practice from that we give them for the theory, and so we can practice by the theory that we provide. For the benefit of the build, we
our students can get applied only to practice, develop possible theory, and create a work, a story, and also increase the networking opportunities, develop ability to think critical and creatively, find out what the person wants and that don't want to do, learn how to work in real life, and develop a range of important generic skills by employer. And we have the challenge with the will that we are young in the bringing will to be a signature program. And most of our competency-based training curriculum are not yet really finalized. What is important? The government has not yet been issued any policy on obligation of the company in social responsibility. They will provide space fund for internship or practical. And some Cambodians are too comfortable with the skill and their work based on geographical region. That is our challenge right now. And we just set up the new curriculum. We set up, thinking about entrepreneur to our curriculum for the technical vocational education, and we are going to do this one. I think this is very important that we can share, we can gain more experience and gain more that what is the labor market need for the curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, doctors. Community in the part of the work integrated learning for students, and I'm very happier that you said that we have the same idea. So Rmutl and your institute can step together to enhancing the work and readiness and employability in the future. Now, for Thailand, I would like to invite Associate Professor Udongkiat Nontetea. He is a Dean of Faculty of Engineering from KMUTNB to share the experience about the work integrated learning in your experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank MUT Lanna for the huge effort to change educational ways from the conventional to the more productive ones. I'm honored to be here to share my experience in the cooperative education. 15 years ago, in our university, we tried to organize, to modify the curriculum, the conventional curriculum, engineering curriculum, to add the internship in industry in the curriculum. The idea comes from myself and my colleague. I myself, after I graduated in bachelor degree, I have worked in Michelin Group, in the same factory. 5 years in period in industry. When I come back to the university to be a professor, I found that the education way for engineers should be modified, it should be improved. If we compare the medical school and engineering school, for the student, the intellectual level of students who enter to medical school and engineering school are almost the same. 6 years in medical school, a young doctor can take care very well of patient. But 4 years in engineering school, the new young engineer can do very limited thing. That's why we try to find another way. And at that time, automobile industry in Thailand is very famous. We produce a lot of cars, and we have the problem of workforce in the car part manufacturing. And we have opportunity to discuss with the CEO of the Dana Spicer company, American company. They complain a lot about the quality of young engineers. And we discuss with them and we agree together. From now on, we will produce engineers together. And we modify our curriculum. We extend the curriculum from 4 years to 5 years. And we recruit the student from the third year and send to the factory, working 4 months. After that, they come back, work in the classroom, and go to the factory again. We call that system is alternative system, like an alternator for generate electricity. We believe that with that method or that manner, students can have enough time to think deeply or to learn to prepare themselves before the next internship. And the result is very good. But the problem is the students have to spend 1 year more. The students are happy, but the parents are not happy. they should waste 1 year. A big question for us, as a professor, the parents always ask our question that after 5 years, the conventional curriculum and the cooperative curriculum, after 5 years, will go better. We cannot answer that. But we do that 6 years successfully. I follow my 6 group of cooperative education until now. They work very well. Their career path is good. With the comparing with the other university, other students in the same classroom. But the program has been stopped. It depends a lot of the dean or the administration of university. At that time, the private sector of industry did not understand very well about the view philosophy. Fortunately, Dr. Bonpot and I could by Michelin. Michelin is understand without them, this program cannot continue until now. And today, I am Dean of Engineering Faculty. I try to promote this program again. And we participate in view at the first year, 3 years ago, if I don't forget. And for the next idea, we in our university we have 3-level curriculum: bachelor degree, master degree, and doctoral degree. We may continue in the build project for the undergraduate, and for the graduate program, we should find something very close, very similar to build to do with them. We would like to send the student to work in industry for full time to do the thesis, to study there, and we grant when a period of time of 2 years or 4 years, you grant them the diploma. Yeah, like a university, I think. That is our appeal. And I would say that if you want to do such kind of system, you have to work hard and you have to believe that system is the answer for the future of vocational education. If you did believe that, you may abandon in like in our university. Yeah. You can do only 6 years successive and abandon, and 10 years after we just start again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Associate Professor Udomkian. Alternating system that students spend 1 more year to be graduated. And it's very interesting because it's point out that we have to deal with the social perspective, because in Thai it's very tradition that the student in the bachelor degree have to graduate within 4 years. If you can graduate earlier than that, the neighbor will say, oh, your kid is genius. But if your kid graduate after 4 years, they say, is there something wrong with your kid? Something like that. So it's very challenging, right, for in the future. And as he said that we have to believe in the view, and we have to work harder. So everyone in the room should be prepared for working harder, right? So now I have heard so much about the success story in Taiwan. So I would like to invite Professor Yung Chiu Huang, or Professor Huang, and he is the Dean, Office of Industry Academic Cooperation from Southern Taiwan University of Science and Technology. Can you share the key success for the build, how the university adapt themselves to be the match with the cooperation part? Thank you.
The organizer to invite me here. Actually, our university, I'm from Southern Taiwan University in Taiwan. So our university, the only goal we have is to be the partner of the industry. By doing so, we have 2 missions. One is to cultivate our students. The graduate will be used by the industry immediately. And the second one will be to develop a cross-discipline innovative technology for our industry. To do so, we need to have a very intense connection or discussion with our industry. According to our statistics back in Taiwan, usually the new hire in company would take 5 to 8 months to break into their new job. And so our industry does complain about the gap between the academia training and the employability. So to solve this problem, it actually is a very complicated issue. And for example, our professor, most of our professors come from university. They got their PhD degree, then they joined the academia. They don't have any experience in the industry. How can you ask our professor to teach a student that can be used immediately by the industry? So we want to solve this problem. We highly encourage our professor to participate in the industrial and academia collaboration. We make our regulation, with our policy. We try to encourage our professors to do that. We give them incentive, some reward whenever they have the research funding from the industry. We also provide very friendly administrative support for those professors. And we try to match making the industry and the professor. So I'm in the office of industrial and academia collaboration. So my staff will go out and look for the need of the industry, then come back matchmaking our professor with the same expertise. And so after that, right now we have more than 50% of the professors. They are working for the industry to solve their problems. And along the way, our professor would have their student work with him. So our students were familiar with the industry very well. And besides that, we also established a system, we call it professors don't stay in industry. We ask our teacher, every 3 years, they have to go to the industry for 5 to 40 days during the summer break or winter break. And by doing that, our teacher would know the industry very well, and they also will guarantee the quality of our students' internship. I will talk about internship later on. And after 3 years, most of our professors has some experience in the industry already. So as for our students, we encourage them to have internship. And this is a difficult situation. I guess a lot of people talked about that already. And we, right now in Taiwan, we developed a concept called industrial college, something like that. We work with benchmark company. I would give you an example. There is a very big LCD assembly company, I should say LCD display manufacturing company. The company has more than 90,000 employees, and they decide for the future the automation production is very critical. But to do that, they need a lot of automation machine, and so they actually need a lot of engineers that can design and also manufacture the manufacturing equipment. So they come to us, and we think that's a good opportunity because we don't want our students go out to be an intern just to be a low cost labor. We don't want that. We want them to be good and independent and useful. So this company come to us. We ask their their engineer, to review our curriculum, and then we design some extra. Both of us, we call effort to design some extra course for our student. And the student will take this extra course from the second year to the third year. And the student involved mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science engineering, also some image processing engineering. And after they learn all these courses, and by the way, during this design, the engineer from the company come to work with us to develop the teaching material. And they also come to our university to teach the student. When they come to teach, we know that the engineer cannot come every year. So we ask our professor sit in the class. So next year, the professor could be the teacher again. Because of course, the professor is smarter, so they learn easier, right? So next year, the engineer, the company does not need to send anybody to our university. And the company also work with us, design the teaching material. So I think these 2 years, the second year, the third year, our students really learn some practical skill. And then the fourth year, we ask them to go to the company to do the practical training. Actually, it's their intern. And the company is really nice. They pay them very well. So, before the student go to the company, we ask company to interview our student to make sure the student is what they want. And so usually the company sign the contract with our student, say after you graduate, no matter you want to do the master degree or go to the military. Sorry about our student for male need to go to the military for about a year. So the company wait for them. You say you need to come back to our company for 2 more years. And most of our students love it very much. And for example, last summer we had 34 students have the internship in that company. And after the internship, the employee rate is higher than 80%. They stay in the company. More than 80% stay in the company. So I think this kind of collaboration is really working. And then finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. We think not all the students like to work for somebody else. Some of our students like to be their own boss. So we encourage startup, no matter our professor or our students. So we create a co-working space. We call IQ space, and that's quotate our I. That means inspiration, innovation, interaction, and integration. And with this, we will be ready for startup. So in this co-working space, we ask our professor or the student or outside our campus, anybody that interested in startup a new company, come to this space. We provide a financial, legal, or management consultant regularly in that space. So they could, whenever they have questions, they just drop in and ask questions. And I hope by doing so, we would have more innovative startup company in Taiwan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Huang. We know that not only students that have to be improved, but the professor or the teaching staff themselves have to be improved too. And I'm really happy to hear that you also focus on entrepreneurship, because not all students will work for the company. They have to start their own business at some point, right? And actually, we will have a special, after the group discussion, we have special presentation for another success story in Taiwan from the president of National Pingtung University. So we have to wait for a little bit. And now I would like to move on to Ms. July. She is a facilitator for the academic and industry sector that she can link together to enhance the cooperation. Can you explain a little bit, or can you tell your experience how you make the academic sector and industrial sector work together, please?
Good morning, everyone. And after you heard the successful story from our university in southern part of Taiwan, later we will have another paradigm university in Taiwan, give you more cases. And I work for the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Thailand, which is in Bangkok. And I am the officer from the Ministry of Education in Taiwan. So our ministries do the policies for academic and industrial cooperation. And now I'd like to give you a brief on our national projects to promote better vocational education in terms of academic and industrial cooperation. Our goal is to enhance practical training for teachers. And second, to enhance students' practical skills. And the third, to promote cooperation between industry and academic. We have 3 projects. Later I will talk about that later. The way we enhance practical trainings for teachers is to hire professionals from industry to co-teach classes. Second, to hire new faculty members who have over 3 years or 4 times or 6 years of part-time teaching experience over a subject. Third, revising the teacher promotion system based solely on approval of the submitted technical reports. Fourth is to developing a flexible salary scheme for exceptional talented professionals. The way we enhance students' practical skills is to implement intramural internship programs to encourage students to participate in overseas internship. And also we establish interdisciplinary courses to cultivate talented professionals. The third is to encourage teachers to obtain a professional certificate. And we also build a corresponding employment system for national certifications. The last one is to enhance students' working attitude, professional skills, and other sub-skills, as well as widely promoting labor education and service learning. We have 3 national projects under our Ministry of Education to promote the university and industrial cooperation. The number 1 is the project of pedagogic excellence. That is to enhance teacher professionalism and to develop student basic core competence to meet the need of talent in knowledge economy, and also to set up student curriculum map. The second national project is the plan for developing technical university paradigm. Now we have 12 universities to elaborate higher technical and vocational education standards. So now we have 2 universities in this paradigm system. One is National Pingdong University of Science and Technology, and another one is the lady, Dr. Huang. They just give you the presentation that she is in Southern Taiwan University. The second project, we also focusing on cultivating domestic talent with innovative training, and also to promote industrial and academic cooperation. The third national project is we call the second phase of technology and vocational education restructure. In the military, we found allowed to our universities to upgrade their equipment and to also to offer various specialized industrial and academic partnership program that will meet industry needs. And we want our teacher to have practical experience. So we have a goal. Actually, the rate in 2013, which is last year, we have around 43% of the teachers have had some practical experience. In the future, we set the rate of the proportion to 60%. Okay, and so now we have 3 partners in this cooperation model. One is the government, which includes the Ministry of Education and also Ministry of Economic Affairs and also in Ministry of Science and Technology. This is the government part. And the second part is the university. And the third part, of course, is the industry. And our ministry's goal is to provide qualified human capital for national innovation system. To reach the goal, we have the means by doing interdisciplinary programs, and second, to have industrial oriented curriculum, and the third is to have industry academia partnership. The fourth is to have a core technology and intellectual property management mechanism. And the last one will be even a longer term goals is to have our students to have cross-cultural professional skills and experience. I think our university Pindong later they will give you more real experience to share with you. And in our military that we want to go through the university go through teaching and also by self-evaluate to create our students, good learning incomes to make them in the future more employable to the industry, but also have the mobility to cross border to work, and also have be able to come back to our country to share the experience. So that is the way that we hope to lead the successful technical and vocational education. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the information for the picture of the Taiwan industry and the cooperation between the university and industry. And so far we have learned that before implementing the people integrated learning, we need to make the regulation and incentive and so many things about innovation. Another thing is very important for university and industry. But so far we need to understand what about the environment in the industry side, the company that we need to make the environment to match the student that going to the company and develop some kind of the work together, learning together. And today we have Ms. Belinda Chang from BDI Group Thailand. She's the Vice Chairman from the BDI Group. I'd like to invite Ms. Belinda to share the experience for us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Belinda. BDI Group is a manufacturer of auto parts and LED lighting parts. So we have we are the company which is originated from Taiwan. So right now, actually, I can say that thank you very much for Dr. Namgyut to invite me to join this important meeting, and I have learned a lot. Actually, students from Rajamangala University is one of the most favorite university that we love to have to employ, because the students from Rajamangala University is very willing to work and have more patience to dealing with the problem solving, and that's I think that the attitude is very meeting our needs, because in the technical side, I think we can have more advice to the students and they can cope with that. And but in the past, I have to admit that in our company, we quite close, I mean, we quite not accepting any cooperative education with any university, because we think that we have to retrain every time and take a long time, but students still, jumping around, they quit the job because of the very little, salary, and so we hardly, can maintain the good staff, good technician or engineers in our company. So we rather, choose to recruit students from other like vocational education, and they stay with us so long. But of course, this opportunity is very great for me. That I think the WIL WIL model is very useful from now on, because yesterday I heard from the the Minister of Science and Technology that they are going to enhance more policy about the incentive to industry. The first one that I am impressed is about the budget, that they think they're going to implement the tax deduction from 200% to 300%. Oh, that's very great, but I don't know when. Because nowadays, I think that's one of the incentive that encourage the industry to have this kind of budget, and also the budget for the research about our problems. That will be very useful, because I think most of the SME in Thailand they have a small scale of the business, because they are facing so many problems regarding making the profit. And how can they, spend money or, some money to have this kind of, research? Because every day they have to face the delivery, the quality problems. But if we can have more, support from the government side, I think that will be very useful. Not only that, maybe what I've heard from Dr. Bangkok from the National Science and Technology Innovation Office, that maybe in the future there will be the incentive from the DOI. So the company who are implementing this work integrated learning program or cooperative education program will have the privilege in DOI. And also another point is that I think because of the SME, because we are small, we don't have so much money. So maybe, like banking system, they can, give us more loan, special loan to us to have, put into the research fund. Because I heard that the ministers said yesterday that maybe in the year of maybe 5 years from now on, they target to meet the goal that the private sector will invest in 70% and the government side will invest 30%. And that I think not so fair in this moment. But maybe in the future, after more and more industry sector have seen the more outcome, that in terms of the economic outcomes or economic profits, then that will be more and more support from our industry side. And the other thing that I can think of, another thing is the scholarship, because nowadays many people are supporting the scholarship to the students, or the universities supporting the scholarship to the teachers to further study in PhD or in master degree. But I'd like to propose another scholarship for maybe for entrepreneurship, because in Thailand, I think for our auto parts industry, we are very lack of the supply chain. Who will be the entrepreneur by themselves? Because if they have the willing, the determination to be the boss of himself, to be the owner of the business. Maybe this one I can, support some scholarship for them, to make they can learn more skills besides, the technical skills. They have to have more soft skills. They have to have more, management skills. That would be maybe 5 years curriculum is more appropriate for them. And the last thing that I want to express that is that because today is the international forum and we have so many partnerships from many countries. And I think that nowadays the students need to have more, in terms of this language skills or in multicultural skills. And besides the students from Rajamangala University coming to our company to have training or internship, I also welcome the students from the partner university to come to our company to have training also. Why? I think that's very positive thinking because nowadays we like to explore more markets in the Asian countries. So if we have more people, more students from many countries, we can learn from them. And after that, maybe they go back to their countries, we can have more chance, more opportunity in our marketing. So I think this, but of course, we have to set very more regulations about how to set up this kind of program. I think that will be very great for today's forum to have. And thank you very much to let me have this chance to share experience with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Linda, for sharing your experience about the working together and we see that the business company is very generous and we need to push the BOI to this field. And today we have heard a lot about the Siam initiative and we see a lot of the pilot projects from the SDI and the Siam initiative going on. And we would like to invite Mr. Suchin to explain about the project and what should we prepare the environment for supporting the working together and together.
First of all, I would like to thank you to have me today to share some experience, focus on some areas of the medical. I'm working with the Siam Institute. In Thailand, it's only in Thailand, it's not global because we have nearly 70 factories in the international country of this. And with this, I have some problems with our resources. Because you know that change of the technology will come and you will have to increase the more competitive, and we have more difficulty to work. And we need more skilled employees to work with us. And especially in Thailand, we have more investment. Okay, we approve the investment in Thailand from BOI and from the other company, and increase a lot. And what will be the future for the workforce, for the resource, for the employee? I remember that a few years ago, in the Chonburi and in the east of Thailand, we have the turnover. Turnover means that the number of the employees resign divided by total employees is the percent. 4 years ago, it's only in Thailand it's only 10-12%. But in the east of Thailand, more than that. Why? Because we have many companies invest in the east of Thailand. And my factory is in Rayong and in Chonburi also. What happened? Okay, we have turnover, high turnover. some faculty in us is 20% per year, and some of us more than 40%. It makes us a lot of the difficulty to manage the faculty, the performance. I think that the figure will be different from each business or each area, but in the list of Thailand it's a lot also. And with this, I still work in the workshop that with the made-to-order business, I cannot prepare the inventory in the stock. I need to have the receipt the order, and after that I have to work it finished until to sell it. And 5 years ago, it's very difficult for me because my company have the policy to reduce the manufacturing time 50%. Oh my God! It's normally I have the manufacturing time about 14 weeks. 14 weeks. I have to reduce to 7 weeks. It's a problem, and we need the skill also. And with the more investment in Thailand, the turnover is increasing. At the same time, of reducing the manufacturing time. This is the one thing that the most important for us. That, okay, how we fix it. We try to solve this to be the study in the how we can use the contactor. Because we can put the problem in the subcontactor. One thing. The answer, okay, we study that, okay, what is the job that we can contract out. I mean that we can find the subcontractor to do it for us. Okay. And even because of in the list of Thailand, we have the more competitive for the salary. I mean for the income. And we study, okay, we try to increase the overtime to increase the income. And the other, okay, we cannot competitive with some company like Toyota, like Honda, because their income are not with the extra bonus. Okay, we still face this problem many years, I can see many years. And last year is better because the slowdown of the economy in Thailand. Yeah. But the turnover is still be 15 or 18%. This is, I can say this is normal in this area. Until I found I met with the Dr. Benpot, from STI, and Dr. Nivat from Lanna. Okay. They proposed the solution. Okay. They will use my faculty to be the school, or they will transfer the school to my faculty. Oh my God, I have many problems at that day, and I have to take care of the student also, and we have the risk of the accident for the student. This is the first that we cannot understand what they think at the first time. But after that, I met them and understand with how we can start. And after that, I decided to run this project. Work for 8 hours and study 3 hours afterwards. It's too hard, too many for the student or not. But finally, I have seen that we have some students, they have afterward go to the night test, something like that. That means, okay, they can have the force to to study if they have the objective and intention. Okay. After that, we need to understand also for the okay, what is the need of the business and how we can balance this with the student. In the first project, we have the peak and valley that made to order, and that time, okay, we balance with this build program, okay, work with us 9 months and back to the university 3 months. This is one thing that we first balance, and the second, they have to work as an employee and they have to follow our rule, the company rule, and they have the discipline. They don't have the. They did not. They were not the. They did not. What to call be the student anymore during the 8 hours. Yeah. Employee. We treat them as an employee. We have to follow our rule. Okay. After 8 hours, they will study. During that time, we found that okay, in 8 hours we have a trainer, but after work 3 hours we need to find the professor or the teacher that have the experience in the practice in our process, in our factory. This is one thing that we need to develop. During the 8 hours, we teach them with the how to work. But after work in 3 hours, the teacher teach them with why we have to do it. I think it's very important for the students and for the company also. We not only teach them okay how, but after that they will know okay how and why. It's very important. And finally, I think that for my experience, we need to first, before integrating the working in the factory, we need to understand what is the real need for the business, and the business different from the need from each area. If we can define the need for the student for the real project, as I define that I have to fit the turnover with the skilled employees. I think that okay, this is very important. The second, that we need to understand what the education program, the real program, and in the professor need to understand what is the business side, what we need. And the last thing, I think the concept is it cannot happen if the top management did not understand. It's very important. We cannot drive it. We cannot do it if the top of the company cannot have the policy also. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Mr. Tucci for integrated learning in the factory. And finally, we come to the two more gentlemen from the Central Retail and CPO. First of all, I'd like to invite Kun Yong Wei, Vitawat Garbe from Central Retail.
Everyone, thank you to invite me to participate in this discussion. First of all, I will ask you that I am very sorry that after this I will have to present in Thai language because I have very many experience that I have to share, but you should have give me at least 1 hour, not 5 or 10 minutes. So I have to speak in Thai to speed up, or I have to speak and ask the moderator, please listen carefully and you can wrap up to the floor ขออนุญาตเป็นภาษาไทยแล้วกันนะครับเพื่อความรวดเร็วเนื่องจากว่าเวลาน้อยมากคือขอให้ภาพรวมก่อนว่า Central นะครับเป็นคลาสลีดปัจจุบันนี้เรามีทำcooperation program เนี่ยนะฮะกับมหาลัยทั้งหมดประมาณสัก13 มหาลัยนะฮะทั้งราชภัฏ4 แห่งนะฮะราชมงคล4 แห่งนะฮะเป็นมหาลัยเอกชนมาหาดใหญ่1 ที่แล้วก็ชลบุรีก็จะเป็นม.บูรพานะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยแต่ละที่เนี่ยเรามีประสบการณ์ที่แตกต่างกันเยอะมากนะครับผมไม่มีเวลาลงในดีเทลเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยผมขอพูดในภาพรวมเลยแล้วกันนะครับว่าถ้าเรายังมองว่าเราอยากจะให้ work integrated นะฮะมันเติบโตแล้วก็เป็นกำลังสำคัญในการที่จะสร้างกำลังคนให้กับประเทศไทยเราจริงๆเราต้องเรียนอย่างนี้ก่อนที่เราจะทำระดับปริญญาตรีกับมหาลัยเหล่านี้เนี่ยเราได้ทำงานกับทางอาชีวศึกษามาเป็น10 ปีนะฮะเพราะนั้นเห็นอะไรมาเยอะพอสมควรนะครับก็ผมมองว่าอันดับแรกเลยเนี่ยมันต้องมีความชัดเจนก่อนนะครับว่า work integrated learning ต้องไม่ใช่เป็นแค่ทางเลือกเพราะตราบใดที่เป็นแค่ทางเลือกมันจะไม่โตนะฮะชัดๆเลยนะครับจากประสบการณ์ของผมขออนุญาตอ้างอิงนะฮะอย่างอาชีวศึกษาเนี่ยทำมากี่ปีแล้วครับเป็น20 ปีเป็นยังไงเพราะฉะนั้นผมอยากเห็นมหาลัยที่มีปรัชญาที่จะใช้ work based integrated learning อย่างชัดเจนเพราะว่าตรงนี้เนี่ยมันสำคัญอย่างยิ่งเพราะว่าถ้าเรามองตรงนั้นปั๊บทุกอย่างมันจะเปลี่ยนไปหมดนะครับเพราะว่าการทำโปรแกรมนี้ถ้าจะทำอย่างจริงๆจังๆเนี่ยมันต้องปรับอะไรหลายอย่างตั้งแต่องค์กรในมหาลัยนะฮะเราทำกว่า10 กว่ามหาลัยเนี่ยเราเห็นบางที่เราประสบความสำเร็จเป็นอย่างดีบางที่ก็ค่อนข้างล้มลุกคลุกคลานนะฮะสิ่งที่แตกต่างกันอย่างยิ่งเลยก็คือว่าการมีหน่วยงานใดหน่วยงานหนึ่งในมหาลัยนั้นดูแลรับผิดชอบหรือจะเป็นอาจารย์ท่านใดท่านหนึ่งดูแลรับผิดชอบนะฮะมันจะทำให้เห็นภาพตรงนั้นนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยหลายท่านก็พูดมาแล้วนะครับว่า work based integrated นะฮะมันต้องพร้อมทั้งฝ่ายมหาลัยและฝ่ายสถานประกอบการนะครับแน่นอนครับตอนนี้เนี่ยถ้าเรามองดูเนี่ยสถานประกอบการก็ใหญ่ทั้งนั้นเพราะว่าเรามีความพร้อมนะฮะอย่างเราทำโปรแกรมรีเทลเนี่ยนะครับกับทั้ง10 กว่ามหาลัยเนี่ยจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยแม้กระทั่งหลักสูตรเนี่ยเราก็ยังบอกว่ามันควรจะเป็น competency based นะฮะแต่ถ้าว่ากันจริงๆตอนนี้เนี่ยที่เราทำอยู่10 กว่ามหาลัยเนี่ยผมกล้าพูดว่ายังไม่มีหลักสูตรมหาลัยไหนเลยที่เป็น competency based จริงๆมันเป็นการดัดแปลงเอาหลักสูตรดั้งเดิมที่สอนปกติอยู่แล้วก็มาบวกนู่นบวกนี่ใส่เข้าไปผมทำโปรแกรมผมเข้าไปมหาลัยเนี่ยผมตั้งโจทย์ไว้เลยนะครับว่าเราต้องการสร้างผู้จัดการค้าปลีกนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยผมก็เลยมองว่าถ้าเราอยากจะให้ตรงนี้มันเติบโตจริงๆเนี่ยผมว่ามันต้องไม่ใช่ทางเลือกถ้าอะไรที่เป็นทางเลือกมันจะไม่โตแล้วสุดท้ายเนี่ยมันจะฝ่อไปในที่สุดนะครับแม้กระทั่งการอาจารย์นะฮะที่จะสอนเนี่ยนะฮะเราก็บางที่เราก็ประสบปัญหาอย่างยิ่งเหมือนกันนะครับว่าไม่เข้าใจนะครับแล้วมันต่อกันไม่ติดระหว่างการสอนแบบเดิมกับเด็กที่เราเข้าไปเรียนแล้วก็ยังต้องมาฝึกงานนะเราพยายามแก้ปัญหานะครับแต่ว่ามันก็เกิดความท้อเหมือนกันเช่นเราพยายามสร้างโปรแกรมที่จะเรียนเชิญอาจารย์ในมหาลัยเนี่ยเข้ามาดูงานหรือเข้ามาฝึกงานในสถานประกอบการแต่สิ่งที่เกิดขึ้นเนี่ยก็คือว่ามันน้อยมากนะฮะ10 กว่าที่เนี่ยเราเพิ่งเคยทำไปได้ที่เดียวก็คือราชมงคลกรุงเทพถ้าจำไม่ผิดปีนี้เนี่ยเท่าที่คุยกันไว้ก็จะมีจะมีของธัญบุรีด้วยเหตุหลายๆประการเนื่องจากว่ามันไม่ใช่ priority นะครับ เราก็เข้าใจนะครับว่างานปัจจุบันเนี่ยของอาจารย์ก็เยอะแยะเต็มที่แล้วก็เราอยากจะเห็นว่าถ้าผมจำไม่ผิดนะครับมหาลัยเนี่ยเหมือนกับจะมีอาจารย์สามารถลาไปเขียนตำราได้ไปทำวิจัยได้ปี2 ปีผมอยากจะเห็นว่ามีไหมครับว่านโยบายว่าให้อาจารย์ลามาเลย1 ปีแล้วมาทำงานกับผม1 ปีแล้วออกไปเสียสอบต่อเรายินดีนะครับที่จะทำอย่างนั้นนะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นผมเลยมองว่าตรงนี้คือสิ่งสำคัญและในขณะเดียวกันนะครับสถานประกอบการเองเนี่ยต้องเรียนให้ทราบว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยเราเรียนรู้เลยนะครับว่าถ้ารับอยู่รับเด็กเข้ามาแล้วก็เอามาฝึกงานตามมีตามเกิดนะฮะล้มเหลวแน่นอนครับนะฮะอย่างของเซ็นทรัลเนี่ยเราตั้งหน่วยงานขึ้นมาเฉพาะเลยที่จะดูแลเด็กเหล่านี้ในการฝึกงานในการสร้างโปรแกรมในการสร้างเทรนนิ่งหลักสูตรที่ทางมหาวิทยาลัยที่ขาดเราทำเป็นหลักสูตรเทรนนิ่งเสริมเข้าไปนอกจากเรื่องของการฝึกงานเพราะฉะนั้นเด็กที่เข้ามาในกลุ่มของเซ็นทรัลนั้นนอกจากว่าเขาจะได้เรียนหลักสูตรทางมหาวิทยาลัยแล้วเนี่ยเราจะมีหลักสูตรที่เราเสริมเพื่อที่จะสร้างเขาสำหรับอนาคตเนี่ยนะฮะเป็นเทรนนิ่งเข้าไปแล้วก็มีเรื่องของการประเมินผลนะฮะมีการฝึกงานแล้วก็จะมีเรื่องของการประเมินผลเพราะว่าสิ่งที่เราอยากจะสอนเขาคือให้เขาเกิดความพร้อมเมื่อเขาเรียนจบแล้วว่าเขาเป็นคนทำงานเขาต้องเรียนรู้ว่าการทำงานต้องมีการประเมินผลและการประเมินผลไม่ใช่การเป็นท่องสอบและสอบได้นะฮะอันนั้นคือสิ่งสำคัญอันหนึ่งนะครับซึ่งจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยถ้าเรามองอย่างนี้เนี่ยผมมองว่ามันก็จะมีถ้าพูดกันตรงไปตรงมามีบริษัทใหญ่ๆแล้วที่มีความพร้อมที่จะทำได้แต่จริงๆแล้วเนี่ยถ้าสมมติว่าทางมหาวิทยาลัยเนี่ยนะฮะจะแน่วแน่ในเรื่องนี้ผมคิดว่ามันต้องมีหน่วยงานที่จะไป educate นะฮะสถานประกอบการอื่นๆในระดับที่มันไม่ใช่ระดับมีเดียมหรือลงไปถึงสมอลไปโค้ชเขาในเรื่องของการสอนงานในเรื่องของอะไรซึ่งผมคิดว่าบริษัทพวกนี้เนี่ย small medium เนี่ยมันเป็นตัวจักรสำคัญของเศรษฐกิจของเมืองไทยนะฮะถ้าเราทำอย่างนี้ได้ผมคิดว่ามันจะเกิดผลมหาศาลนะฮะกับเศรษฐกิจเมืองไทยและในขณะเดียวกันเนี่ยเอาง่ายๆเลยว่าหลักสูตรคลาสสิกตอนนี้เนี่ยสิ่งที่เซ็นทรัลทำก็คือว่าผมต้องพยายามหาคนให้รับมาฝึกงานให้ได้ปีละ30 คนอย่างน้อยเพราะไม่งั้นมหาวิทยาลัยเปิดคลาสไม่ได้ผมก็สงสัยว่าทำไมถ้าจะเป็นไปได้ว่าสมมุติว่าเซ็นทรัลรับ10 คนมีบริษัทในโลกก็รับอีก10 คนอีก5 คนบริษัทคน2แล้วมาเรียนรวมกันเนี่ยผมว่ามันจะได้ประโยชน์มหาศาลนะฮะเพราะว่าเขาจะได้แลกเปลี่ยนประสบการณ์นะฮะไอ้บริษัทเล็กๆนะฮะที่เด็กเข้าไปฝึกงานตรงนั้นเขาก็จะเรียนประสบการณ์ของเด็กที่มาฝึกงานกับเซ็นทรัลนะฮะในขณะเดียวกันเด็กที่ฝึกงานกับผมเขาก็จะได้เรียนประสบการณ์ปัญหาต่างๆที่เกิดขึ้นกับหน่วยงานอื่นซึ่งผมคิดว่าตรงนี้เนี่ยน่าจะเกิดประโยชน์นะครับแต่ปัจจุบันเนี้ยนะฮะที่เราต้องทำเนี่ยก็คือว่าเซ็นทรัลต้องพยายามหาเด็กให้ครบให้ได้30 คนเพื่อที่จะเปิดคลาสขึ้นมาให้ได้นะครับซึ่งปัจจุบันมันทำได้นะแต่ผมคิดว่าถ้ามันเป็นอย่างนี้ต่อไปมันไม่สามารถยั่งยืนได้นะครับก็คือต้องเรียนฝากไว้ตรงนี้นะครับว่าอีกปัจจัยหนึ่งนะครับที่สำคัญอย่างยิ่งในการประสบความสำเร็จนะฮะก็คือว่าการคัดเลือกเด็กที่เข้ามาเรียนอันนี้เป็นประสบการณ์โดยตรงเลยนะครับรุ่นแรกเนี่ยเราแทบจะไม่ได้คัดพูดง่ายๆนะครับทางมหาวิทยาลัยส่งมาเราก็พูดคุยแล้วปรากฏว่าล้มหายตายจากไปตั้งแต่ปี 1เนี่ยเกือบ30% นะฮะตอนหลังเนี่ยเราก็เลยตั้งตัวติดเราก็เลยมาหาว่าคุณสมบัติคนที่จะเข้ามาเรียนเนี่ยคืออะไรแล้วเราคัดนะครับนะฮะซึ่งอาจารย์ที่เกี่ยวข้องจะรู้ดีนะครับนะฮะว่าเราคัดกันยังไงนะฮะอย่างเมื่อวานนี้เรามาสัมภาษณ์มีเด็กสอบทั้งหมด60 คน นะฮะ อาจารย์เพิ่งบอกผลเมื่อสักครู่นี้เองปรากฏว่าเราคัดได้ทั้งหมด11 คนแต่จริงๆแล้วเนี่ยผลที่เราได้รับคืออะไรครับพอรุ่น2รุ่น3ตอนนี้เนี่ยคือ turnover เนี่ยอยู่ไม่ถึง 10% นะฮะ turnover มาจากไหนบ้างอาจารย์ถามบอกว่าจริงๆเนี่ย3 สาเหตุ 1เข้ามาแล้วเรียนไม่ไหวรีไทร์นะฮะ1 ใน 3อีก1คือปัญหาครอบครัวเพราะระยะแรกๆเนี่ยอาจารย์นี่จะเป็นครูที่น่ารักมากนะครับเพราะว่าในโปรแกรมของเซ็นทรัลเนี่ยเราให้ทุนการศึกษาด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นใครที่มาแล้วเด็กขาดแคลนอะไรทั้งหลายเนี่ยยัดมาให้เราหมดเลยนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเราก็เรื่อยๆอันที่3เนี่ยก็คือไม่รู้จักตัวเองเพราะว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยคนที่เข้ามาเรียน work based learning อย่างเงี้ยนะฮะผมคิดว่าผมมองว่าเขาจะต้องเป็นคนมันไม่ใช่แค่เลือกเรียนแต่มันคือการเลือกอาชีพของตัวเองในอนาคตนะฮะเพราะฉะนั้นทำอย่างไรให้เขารู้ตัวว่าเขาเหมาะกับอาชีพอะไรแล้วเขามาเรียนแล้วเขาจะประสบความสำเร็จเมื่อเขาเรียนจบเขาจะไปทำงานเขาก็จะประสบความสำเร็จกันในที่สุดนะฮะหมดเวลาแล้วครับก็เอาเท่านี้ก่อนแล้วกันนะครับจริงๆเตรียมข้อมูลมาเยอะเดี๋ยวใครว่ามานั่งคุยกันทีหลังก็ได้นะครับก็เรียนให้ทราบว่าตอนนี้เนี่ยเรามีนักเรียนในเครือข่ายของเซ็นทรัลทั้งหมดณปัจจุบันนี้เนี่ยประมาณ800 คนนะฮะถ้าปีการศึกษาใหม่รับก็อีกก็คงคิดว่าเกิน1,000นะฮะแล้วเราคงจะบิวอัพตรงนี้ขึ้นไปเนี่ยคิดว่าแม็กซิมัมน่าจะอยู่ 2,000 คนในแต่ละปีมีนักศึกษาชั้นปีต่างๆที่ฝึกงานกับเราในเครือเซ็นทรัลทั้งหมดมีประมาณสัก 2,000 คนเพราะฉะนั้นก็จะเป็นเรื่องอะไรที่ใหญ่พอสมควรนะครับการดูแลของผมครับขอบคุณครับแล้วทีนี้ก่อนเลยนะครับ
Give some testimony a few words just like it's not optional. It should be clear with how to integrate the work integrated learning. So it should not be optional for the university. One university should position themselves by like a work integrated university, just like that. And the time is running out, so we have the last person. And after that, we're going to have the slide presentation from Professor Chan. After that, but before that, we're going to have the share from the experience from the Khongkun Port from CPO.
Thank you very much. May I introduce my company? CPO Public Company Limited is the flagship of company of Jalan Khokapan Group's marketing and distribution business. The company's main business is operating convenience store under the 7-Eleven trademark in Thailand. That most of you are our customers. I think that. Okay. The expectation of CPO Public Company Limited is to join bachelor degree in retail management. The company's accountability for the practical subjects. Our company and university can develop the curriculum together, like the joiners with many colleges and universities that students will learn the skill they need to gain employment and progress in career path in the workplace, such as organization management, supply chain management, marketing analysis, merchandise management, and so on. By 3 months for theory in campus and 3 months for practice in the workplace through the course by work-based learning. Okay. in this unique qualification, they can utilize and integrate their skills and experience to create innovation and developing business in the future. The goal of work adjustment and job readiness training is employment. CPO Public Company Limited is willing to grant 100 scholarships to the university in subsidized 70% of tuition fee. It's a good opportunity for signing MOU to cooperate and develop the curriculum by demand driven that everyone talk to this forum. CPO Public Company Limited is willing to be a part of work integrated learning. I think we will join together. Thank you so much.
Now we come to the final panel for the presentation, for sharing the experience. At the end, we will close the panel. Then we will have some presentation from Professor Chan. After that, please allow me to give thanks to the panel with a round of applause for them.
Dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to apologize to delay your lunch time. I think everybody is hungry, yeah. So I will finish my presentation as soon as possible, yeah. Since WILO is a very important issue, so I think I want to take some time to talk about our experience. Actually, this system already run in Taiwan for more than 30 years. Frankly, most of the system is done from Germany. Yeah. As a matter of fact, even now, Taiwan government every year sends people to Germany to learn their system. But I want to tell everybody that every country has its own civilization and its social system. So you cannot copy directly from other countries. So even you tell me, listen to me, tell my story, you should digest and to find the way that is the most suitable for your own country. And another thing is, I think now the world already become a global village. So I think the WILO should not only for domestic issue, you should find a way to do the international, so that you can raise your student orient. For example, every summer we send our students to Japan, and they not work for the industry, but they work with the farmer. Just because the Japan, they have the excellent family farming system. So I think the because President Nanyong is my good friend, so I also want to share with him some kind of the project that we can cooperate and together to training our students. Because the time is very limited, so I will skip the first part about the development of the agriculture in Taiwan. So I will briefly introduce my university. My university actually just celebrated its 90th anniversary last November, and we are featured in the tropic agriculture, green energy, and biotechnology. Yeah. And we are located in the most southern part of Taiwan. Actually, we are the nearest university with Thailand. And we have a very beautiful and a very big campus in Taiwan. And we have 6 colleges and 35 departments. And you see now the world faces a lot of crises, and a lot of them have some related to the agriculture. So in our university, we will force our strength to 4 areas.
and to training the workforce and to do the research in accordance with our goals. The four goals is the first one is the agri-science and the agro-technology, and the second one is the eco-industry. And the third one is special for the aging society, we call the platinum society. And the last one, I think, is the blue economy. We try to find some balance between the social, environment, and the economics. So in order to do that, we need to wrap our organization so that not only the different departments, even the different colleges should be work together to achieve that kind of goal. So in our university, we have a lot of research centers, but they are not only do the basic research, and actually we are more emphasized on the final result. That is, we hope they have the technical transfer or have the patent. Actually, we have a very good achievement. And we also commercialize our research to the market. Yeah. And in that, to cooperate with the company, we have three kinds of model. The first one is we hedge up the small business. Yeah. For instance, until the last year, we already hedged up the nearly 150 small companies. And we are not only to provide them technology, we also give them consult to establish their pathway and to establish their brand. And the other thing, we work with the big company. For instance, there is a Pingdong Agricultural Biotechnology Park. They're only 50 kilometers away from our campus. And in there, they have more than 90 companies. And they are divided into 6 classes. Yeah. So we can cooperate with the PABP very closely, especially in the animal vaccine and the aqua breeding research. Yeah. And the model of the cooperation between PABP and our university is we provide them the technical support and the research project, and we provide them domestic and international students. And we pay us about the training facility, and they also offer some experience lecture. And they also provide the actually production environment to us. So that we can establish a win-win situation between us. Yeah. And I think in Thailand you can do the same thing. I think in Wednesday I will visit the CP company and to talk about some research with them. And they also is a very big country. So I think maybe in the near future, not only will we work with our own domestic company, we also I want to cooperation with the university in Thailand and the company in Thailand. I think the CP is only one case. Yeah, there have a lot of company in here. If we can use this kind of the model, I think we can do more of cooperation. Yeah. The third way to make our research results to market is encourage our students. We will encourage the graduate students if they have some ambition, then we will train them for the entrepreneurship project. Yeah. For example, in our university, we already cultivated the cocoa, that's the tropic cocoa that is suitable plant in Taiwan. And then we train in our students, and they will make the cocoa to chocolate and to the market, and to do we will have some funding for them and to make them to become a small business. And in the next, I will talk about some kind of the topics that maybe UST they were interested in, because President Noyo told me they are interested in the plant science and the food science and the animal science. Yeah. First of all, for the plant science, I think that we have a lot of research projects now undergoing with the industry. As a matter of fact, every year we have more than 800 projects cooperating with the industry. And in here we only provide some that maybe RMUST or other universities they are interested in. For example, for the plant science, yeah, we are now trying to screen the beneficial bacteria to control the plant disease to intensify the plant immune system. And we also have some plant production development. And finally, we try to extract the natural compound, yeah, and to produce some healthy food or even the medicine. For the animal science, I think we have developed some disease with some technique with the company about the disease diagnosis. And we also have some biotechnology-based natural feed addition that to replace the antibiotics and to enhance the disease resistance and to increase the food intake of the muscle bruising. Yeah. And we also have some project about the biotechnology. Yeah. That is to use to addict to the feed. Yeah. We also use some agricultural byproduct in feed. And another thing is about the aquaculture. Yeah. And I think that we have cooperate with the industry and to do some research about the fish infertility and the bioreactor and the frozen fish. And we also have some inhuman simulation system and probiotic. And we also some formula to invent some fertilizer product for fish meal replacement. And for the small fish and how to rear them, that's also a very interesting job. And we also do a lot of things about the ornamental fish breeding and the high-value aqua animal breeding technology. And even for the soft turtle, we can have the technology and to select the female of the male and to use the egg and to do more healthy food. And we also have some technology for the aquaculture water treatment. So I use a very little time and to tell you that that is what our experience with the industry. I hope that you can get something that and to apply to your university. Thank you.
Thank you for the views, and I'd like to say thank you to Assistant Professor Dr. Putsak Kosiyapon and Dr. Surapun Jewongsa for being an effective moderators. And before lunch, I have some information to inform that in the afternoon we will have activities for both Thai and in English, and they're concerned applying the input that we have received from this morning's session into practice on the topic of curriculum development, partnership with company, and teacher professional development.
นำเสนอโดยในรูปแบบของ Mind Mapping นะคะแผนผังทำให้ภาครัฐเริ่มเห็นเรื่องจริงได้ผมเอง I would like to present you about our conceptual how to
establish the school in factory. In fact, we just try to anticipate the problem, how we see the problem, and we propose to find out the solution after. So if we see how to anticipate the problem to establish the school in factory, we see the problem in 3 dimensions. The first dimension is curriculum development. Well, we see that if you want, the curriculum should be flexible enough, and the student who pursue this curriculum would be able to do further in their study, which means that if the student pursue this curriculum in the high vocational level, they should be able to go further in bachelor degree by some. The second issue in the curriculum development, we should find out the target industry. For example, if you want to go through the automotive industry or SME. With this information, we can develop the more appropriate curriculum for target industry. And the third issue, we say that the time management to organize the course or the class should be flexible in order to in order to be able to support the industrial activities. In terms of partnership, we say that we should develop the network. We say that each instructor or professor in university, they should have, or they should know some one of their friends or their people who they know, and try to contact them in order to establish the network. And the second thing, we should do the agreement clearly about the confidentiality with the partner. And also we could have a long-term plan to develop the partnership with the partner. And the most important, one of the most important things that we say that the partner should have the volunteer to develop the partnership with us. And in terms of support from government or from state agency, we say that it must have some kind of benefit for the partner in order to promote their volunteer to develop the partnership. The third dimension, how to train a teacher. We say that, in fact, if you want to ascend I would say the old generation of the experienced teacher, they have the problem of they have the family, they have a lot of charge in terms of family, in terms of several things. So we could develop the new generation of instructor or teacher for the real problem. And for the elder generation, I would say that we should retrain them by the training course with training program that allows them to update the technology or more recent knowledge. And one of the most important things, we could have I would say that the benefit for the teacher who are in the real process, the top up of salary or something like this, and also the career path for them. For example, to be promoted higher in terms of assistant professor or associate professor, something like this. It's very important thing to motivate a new generation of teachers to participate in this program. This is all of our discussion in this session. Thank you.
พอเราคิดว่าคนหนึ่งที่ผ่านการเทรนมีทักษะที่ดีแล้วมีความพร้อมในการ
Hi. For group number 2, we have been assigned to discuss on STEM for will. So, STEM is coming around recently, and it seems like every community trying to put something to the STEM, which is stand for S. It's actually abbreviated from S is for science, T is for technology, E is for education, and M is for mathematics. So what we're talking about STEM for will, today we have heard a lot about will, which is basically it's the mechanism that we're trying to develop to put more competency into the next generation workforce by integrating the working environment into the modern education. So that would be good for putting a lot of skill and also familiarity with the working environment into the people for the next generation. However, if we look a little bit further, we need those modern workforce to become what we call the STEM workforce, which is people that are capable of developing something new or making some new innovation based on their STEM knowledge. So we have been assigned these 3 points. The first one is the curriculum development for STEM for will. So in order to do that, we were thinking of the industry requirement. So basically that needs to be put into a very important point. For example, if they require a specific skill that is very necessary for their working environment, we need to put that as the topics. And then we try to break it down into different STEM competency. For example, they need to know the process, which is the engineering that involved in that particular work that they are doing. And also they have to understand science and mathematics that need to be applied into the system that they are working on. So they have to set up the learning outcome both by the teacher, which is from academic part, and also from the industrial, because that's where they're going to be working with. So that's what we think about the curriculum development. And so I'll go through, okay. In the same group of discussion, we are very lucky that we also have a big corporate with us. So they are sharing the number 2 with us, which is a partnership with a company. From the discussion that we are talking in the last hour, we were thinking about the policy that need to be made by the university that they really want to go in this direction in such a way that they truly believe that by putting the STEM ingredient into the new generation workforce would actually put them to a next step, or basically a high quality STEM workforce for the future. However, in order to accomplish that, there should be the benefit for both parties, basically for university as well as the company, because we all know that the company is actually set their goal to do some business, and therefore they need to accomplish that goal. But how can we design the partnership with the company in such a way that it would accommodate both their benefit and also the university? One ingredient that we could see in the short term is that we have to develop manpower in which they could provide more productivity for the company. And in the same time, they have capability to be develop themselves to make themselves even more productive in the future. So in order to have that, they need to be a STEM workforce. And we're coming to the third one, which is the teacher professional development. which is quite difficult, and the previous group already discussed about that quite a lot. So basically, we were thinking that in order to have a trainer in which they are very important ingredient to train the next generation or to teach the next generation STEM workforce, they also need their own career path. So we were thinking about they should have some like exchange program or the training program in which they could pursue their academic career as good as their industrial career. So they need to be closely involved with the industrial, so they understand what they're talking about or what is the requirement that the industrial would require for the worker. And also they have to be compatible with the system in such a way that they could accomplish their own academic career. So that need to be done according to the government agency like OHEC actually developed some evaluation process in which compatible for them to become a very good trainer for the next generation workforce. So that's pretty much all we have discussed. Thank you very much.
Representative from the group number 3, which we talk about the view pedagogy. May I have your attention, please? For our group, we already discussed about, we focus about the teacher professional development, especially for the view. And in this case, we start by thinking about the problems. Why we cannot develop such the view teacher for this kind of program. Therefore, we think about so many items that relate to the problem why we do not have that kind of teacher. For example, the first thing is about the career path. The career path is the problem for the university because it should be the new thing for the new teacher in order to get the promotion. For example, the publication, the KPI for the professor, they cannot continue to their the higher level of career with the view program, because if you have to take care about the view program, you have to spend your time and so many things, too many efforts to overcome that problem. And the second thing, we talk about the motivation, which really relate to the incentive to the career path. The motive, some teachers like to live in the comfort zone, seem to be happy, very calm, quiet in the room, the research place, nice and comfortable environment, but they cannot be motivated to work with the new program. Therefore, there should be some motivation to allow the teacher to do such kind of that system. Another thing is the guidance. Some teachers complain about they don't know how to develop the view programs. They don't have maybe the best practice or the handbook how to start. Even there are so many theories, so many options, so many variables in order to develop the program, because we have so many industry, automotive, electronics, or the food factories. They have so many factors to do that. So we need to have some handbook or the guideline to develop that program. Therefore, we heard about the management problem involving the view program many times. And the next thing we talk about the mismatch competency. Of course, the view, because we have the mismatch competency, therefore we cannot supply the graduates to the factory or to the company. Therefore, we need the view program. But how do we develop the competent teacher, that would be the problem. Because the teacher is already experienced in the whole system, so they're familiar with the education system, they're familiar with the work in the research, the table, and the environment in the university. Therefore, we need to improve the competency for the teacher in order to make the real program working as well. And the next thing is about the regulation, which is a very big problem, because the university or the college has not been decided for the view at the beginning. There are so many regulations that not apply to the view programs. Therefore, we need some kind of maybe view reform for the university or the colleges, and also even for the lower level like grade 12, grade 6, like that. So the regulation for both university and the industry must be compliant, because we have to send the teacher into the factory. How can we make sure that the teacher are focused on their work for the daytime or even the evening or the holiday? At the same time, for the profit, the staff from the company, sometimes they have to go to or work to the university. How can we make the regulation for the company, to send the staff from the company to the university? Other thing is about the network. This is the problem for the university or the college, because the teacher has so many workload, they cannot go around outside and have some connection to the company. Therefore, there must be something that to help, must help the teacher or the school and make allow them to meet to each other and try to make the view program work. And finally, we discussed about the family commitment. For my test, I have to go back home about 5 p.m. Based on my wife regulation, for example. That's just a sample case. So not all of the teachers cannot attend this kind of program. There should be some very flexible for the teacher or the staff to work together, to arrange the time and the program to match each other. And after we discuss about the problem, therefore, we do not talk about the problem only. We try to find out the solution for the view program for our country. So we come up with the 4 items for the regulation, recommendation or direction. The first thing is about the career path. Of course, we cannot make the career path based on the university side only, because the career path is about the whole country system. So we must involve with the Higher of Education Commission Office and university, or sometimes with the STI. Of course, for the industrial side is another aspect, because some teachers must working in the industry side, even for the long time, 10, 20 years. There must be the career path for them as well. The second thing is about the regulations. We have talked about much about the regulations, because we living in the world of the regulation in the university or the colleges, and that's very old-fashioned. So we need to develop some kind of flexible and very fast service for those people who want to go out to the company, to the factory, fast and easy. Otherwise, they will feel like facing the obstacle all the time. Then when the time comes, they just give up. Maybe 5 years or 10 years after that, which is we already heard from the professor from the King University that they're facing the problem. The item number 3, we discussed about how can we overcome that kind of regulation of so many things like a network, the training, and so on. So the one solution is about the view academy. Let's say that we have some kind of institution or one-stop service in the manner. So if you want to make a connection to the business, we don't have to go on all the time. We have so many schools and we have so many companies. How can one organization to match all of those? That's another one. We need a network, and also we need the real training which will solve the problem the problem that we don't know how to start. Why don't we just have such kind of the training program to train the staff in the university how to develop that kind of view program, or even for the company. That's the view academy, or for what we call Real Lab, which is the SDI trying to develop that kind of program. And the last one, we have the mobility program. We have seen that we have concern about the competency for the teacher or the trainer. It's not possible that in the university or the college themselves can develop that kind of competency. We need to mobilize the teacher or the trainer into the factories in order to gain that knowledge and skill, for allowing the teacher and other students to improve their knowledge and skill, or even the attitude. That's for our solution. And after that, we try to take a look at the item that we have been assigned. We come up with the last one, which we talk about the curriculum development based on the teacher professional perspective. What could the teacher perspective will involve with the curriculum? Therefore, we split the group, just split the item into three items. One is about the curriculum. How can we develop the new teacher based on the new curriculum? Because in the university, for example, in my case, King University, we cannot develop the real program easily because we use the old-fashioned kind of the teacher training development. How can we improve the program from the beginning by developing a new kind of the teacher, and including with the career path, of course. The second one, we need to develop the curriculum which focuses on the professional development. What is professional development? It's about the teacher already working in the colleges or the university, because they are a bunch of teachers in the system, but they don't know how to, a lot of them. The last thing, we need to have the curriculum that trying to improve or enhance the staff or people in the industry side. Why? We need to transfer the knowledge from the industry side to the university and the colleges. So we need some kind of the program to bring that knowledge between the factory and the education side. That's all we have for the teacher professional development. Thank you so much for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Khong San Tuisu from Management Department, Lamban Campus, the representative of Group 4. The topic of Group 4 is Cooperation Education. So our group, we have a special co-curricula from Central Retail Corporation and CPO Public Company Limited to share our idea and get the information about three topics that we discussed. The topic one is curriculum development. So we need the three kinds of information for make a curriculum development. The first one is market demand driven from the business. So, and the second is a competency of business, that business wants the kinds of the student or kind of graduate that the company want to work in their company or their factory. And the third one is competencies of the university or the 21st century skill of our student for good manner and specific characteristic of student to work in the future. This is three main information that make a curriculum development. And the second topic is the partnership with company. We divided to three group of information. The first one is a training the trainer for short course, such as training the teacher to become and teach our students. The second one is technology and knowledge exchange. And the third one is project-based learning. This is three kinds of information for make the partnership with the company. And the third topic is teacher professional development. We have three kinds. The first one is short-term training, like a professional leave or sabbatical leave. The teacher or staff from each faculties and training in the factory, training in the company, because can learn from the real workplace and come back to teach our students, like a short-term and long-term. And the third one is a research-based project. It's coordinated together, university and company and factory research-based together. That's all for group 4 information about cooperation education. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all participants and for your valuable and practical ideas.
Animation, telecommunication, project management. In the software where you can is more difficult. The element, we have the performance criteria, we have the range and everything. Assessment is done by many sectors. We have about 25
Fine group. I want to like to present about the topic of the participant trainings. We have to improve and consider in three groups. One, training. We have to build a professor-teacher development. Three key of to develop. One is how to prepare the professional teacher by do SWOT analysis with the strength of the people, weak of people and opportunity and threat to face. Two, how to train the teacher after SWOT analysis. And next to how to evaluate. Then, step 2, we have to study about the partnership. That is the entrepreneur experience. There are much more experience and knowledge that we have to study about workplace. And final step, curriculum development. We have to consider about the current issue and next to develop a new issue and to pass and to access by the higher education office. The all process is work in the workplace and in factory. That is a competency-based training. Thank you.
I will on the stage to present what we have discussed about the View Academy, which is quite new for someone, especially me. So the main idea of the View Academy is based on what we have discussed in this morning about the working experience between the academic sector and industry sector is very difficult sometimes because there is no special unit to help or facilitate the working process between those two institutes. So sometimes it's very difficult. So there is a model that we should establish one institute or one unit that help the view working properly and very easily. So the main idea that we have discussed is that the View Academy should be comprising of 3 main units. The first one is the government units such as STI, and another partner is academics units such as Rmutl, and of course the most important one is the real sectors or industrial sectors that will be part together to feel like they are on this unit together. And the function is, the first one here is to be a View Academy, we need to have developed the model and the management system for putting the work integrated learning academy view, or we call it VIEWLA, to make it work. And of course, we have to drive the policymaker to accept this recommendation and put it into the View practice. The benefits of the VIEWLA, the first one is that you closing the gap between industry and the academic. Sometimes we have the problems when we work together, and of course it will create a new innovation for the academic area, and also it will increase the productivity for the company. And this is the model that we have proposed. Quite exciting for some. It's like first we thought that the View Academy should similar to the department or the faculty, is a stand-free unit that can operate freely without the restriction with the laws or regulations in the government unit have. That will create the freedom or the mobility for the View to make it work. That's what it's been thinking. So the organization for the VIEWLA is similar for the faculty or department. They should have a head, and they should have someone to evaluate the process of VIEWLA in each year. And of course, they will have a new service. For the main idea is that when the company or we want the company have some problem, or we want to work with the company, what they have to contact is VIEWLA, not the department or not the faculty. The VIEWLA will be the facilitator or like the middle person who help with everything. So the department will concentrate on teaching or improving on their own. I think that's the idea. And for example, the VIEWLA Academy will support the internship and many projects, as you can see here. And of course, for the VIEWLA Academy of Lanna, there will be 3 levels. The V level is vocational view, and the S view will be science, which means high school view, and the U view is for the university. This is so this is what we might have in the future for the View Academy. So we have both of sub-unit to work in the V view, S view, U view, and of course the management team to make the VIEWLA to make it work. I think that will be all, and it's quite impressive for me for talking with the VIEWLA, and I would like to see it someday with the Rmutl. Thank you.
The whole things which is coming from your brains, it's very important, I think. Within these few hours we have received, including we have shared, we could also contribute to whatever those who are experiences with the system. And some things are new to someone, and some things are very familiar with someone who have been working for years. So I hope that these experiences would be one of our exercise to help each other, so that with the participatory of these workshops or forum, after having learned from the high official who are experiences with the system by policies, as well down to the very actual implementation program. So we make the collection of this, and I hope that the secretary side would be able to produce them all and send it to you by mail or something. So please give us your address, email, and then we would be delighted to transform the knowledge into the format that we are trying to do. And expectingly, the key main thing is for our new system in Thailand is how could we continuously doing the thing which is even new or we have done before, continuously seeing the progress. That would be the really important things to achieve the result. So I wish all of you, apart from thank you to you all, and then we come up with some kind of solution, which is, even though it's probably can be hard to read on the screen, but anyway, to prove that our very efficient of the secretary who are sitting side on each of the small group, combined to each other within a short time. Anyway, apart from that, we also would like to hear some comments, recommendation or suggestion which will arise soon after you get back to your home, to your place, and then you see something to furthermore develop according to the meeting over here. So we really invite and welcome all of the suggestions as well. So that would conclude all the thing it has been done today, right? So we will give it to you and for your recommendation, as I said before, and expectingly we would make a very good combination of this idea into implementation for further development and keep reporting. So who are ever try to see future development, you can come into our website and ask, and we share each other again. So we just start, let's say, even though, and trying to make it more widely used among our partners between public and private side. Okay. Thank you for your attention again, and expect the end of the day to be one of your very important things that you will achieve as well. So thank you once again. See you next time. Let's say.